Hello and welcome to the next episode of the Joe Martin Show. Today I'm here with Hollowheads, so can you guys introduce yourselves?
My name is Gabriel and I play drums.
Martin, I play guitar.
My name is David and I play rhythm guitar.
I'm Naru. I play bass. I'm like, what do I play?
You're already forgetting. How did this band start, out of curiosity?
I really wanted to be a part of a band.
Yeah.
And I know, obviously I know Martin plays guitar, and I was like, let's start a band. And then David plays guitar also, and I met him last year, and I was like, you'd be cool to be in a band with. You'd be cool to be in a band with. You'd be cool to be in a band with.
we got a long story about our drummer.
About what?
About our drummer.
Here comes what happened.
We used to have another drummer, but I guess things just happened and we got Gabe. Gabe's awesome as fuck though.
I joined recently in July.
Oh, for us?
Yeah.
He's a newborn
Nadu
baby.
invited me when we were at the Gremlin.
How did you guys meet? Like, how did that happen? Or, like, how did you guys all meet? I guess that'll be the better story.
Oh, I feel like we all met because of me.
Yeah.
So I met David at the Gremlin last year, and then we were just like, we've been really close ever since. And then Martin, I met him in high school. We don't want to get into that. I'm kidding. And then Gabe, he messaged me on Instagram, and he was like, hey, let's hang out. And I was like, cool. And so we did. And then he was really cool. And then he had a drum set, and we just needed a drummer. So we were just
Damn, it
like,
all worked out.
yeah.
Yeah,
All worked out.
It was almost I've talked about it with Gabe before, where we thought where we thought it was like fate.
Yeah.
Like we were talking about it, and like a lot of stuff was happening in our individual lives to where it all kind of lined up to this again, which is kind of crazy. It's pretty cool.
No, yeah, I was thinking about that too. Like, just how things just work out. You meet the right people at the right time, and it just happens.
That's exactly how it
I
went.
feel like we get along like so well.
But like the drive of this band, like the heart is pretty much her. Like she was the one that put it all.
She's the glue of the band.
Pretty
Mastermind.
much. Yeah, like
I'm here too.
Yeah.
the mega mind.
It was all based on her need of making the band.
Yeah, for real.
I really needed money. I was like, I need to make money fast.
Yeah, it's pretty funny.
And how long have you guys been together? It's been like, what, a couple of months, right?
Yeah.
It's been like about a month.
A month and a half or so.
Yeah.
I checked my Instagram because basically our first post was like us officially getting together and practicing. So if you ever want to know when it got started, it was like the first post on Hollowheads.
Yeah.
Dang.
I don't remember if I don't know if I should feel like it's felt longer or it's felt short, because it kind of feels like we've been doing this for a while.
Well, we practice almost every day.
We
We
practice a
try.
lot. Yeah, we try to get together a lot. Especially in the beginning, we were like every day we would like
Damn.
go out.
We had 3-4 days to prepare for our first gig.
4 days.
What?
We weren't
Yes.
planning on starting the band yet, like being public.
Yeah.
And then they were like, can you do it in 3 days? And we had to make 3 songs in 3 days. We made all the songs in the first day, and then we practiced them over the 2 days. And then we're like, okay, let's take pictures, and then let's start the Instagram now. And it was very last minute, but it was like, I'm happy we did it.
Yeah, the fact that you guys just did it, I mean, that's the best. That's the best part about it. Some people they overthink it, or like they plan it too much and they never get to it.
I was scared of that
Yeah,
it was gonna
that's-
take a year, like 2.
That's a big thing, because they say like just don't think about it, you know. And like the less you think about it and the more you do stuff, the more like the road kind of paves itself.
Yeah, because sometimes you just need to fuck up and then you improve from there.
That's kind of what our band name's about, because we're called the Hollowheads. No, it's not true. but it would sound pretty deep and cool if that was true.
How did you guys get that name?
Oh, me. Oh, it's from like a 1989 movie, Meet the Hollowheads. It's really weird. It's from the same guy that made The Goonies. And yeah, it was. I mean, it's free on YouTube, but it's really weird. We're gonna have a movie night where we all watch it. But it's basically, it just sounded funny. And I think since middle school, since I've wanted a band since middle school, I was like, it's gonna be either Hollowheads or Midnight Ramen. So I was on the fence between those names.
That's interesting. What made you want to have a band?
I don't know. I always had specific kind of music that I wanted to make. And so I was like, if I want to hear specific music, I can make specific music. Like I can make the music I want to listen to. And then it'd be fun just hanging out with my friends and making stuff up, and like the little ideas we have for the band. Those are always fun.
Like, for one, we all have like different reasons why we want to make music.
Yeah.
And another thing is that like we all have different tastes or styles that we're into. Yeah, so like our band sounds really weird and funky for no reason, but that's because like all of our like interest is put into this one project. So that's pretty interesting to listen to sometimes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It
So
would-
like, how did you guys like each individually like start playing music, or like what got you into it? I guess we could go down the line.
I like how you guys just, for like when I started playing bass or
Yeah, like what made you get into that, like music in general?
oh, I don't know. I've always liked music, you know, but I don't know. I just always gravitated towards it, I guess. But then the bass was like, I just thought it looked so pretty. I feel like it looks so sexy. So I was like, wow. So yeah, I was like, I'm gonna play bass. And I've been playing only for like
She's
actively?
Dude, you're fucking cool. Like,
Oh,
she's-
thanks.
She picked it up, and then she wasn't really playing. She was playing like on and off. 'Cause She was like busy. She would go to work and shit, like in Wisconsin. But when she got back, she was playing for like what, like a month or 2 months, and she was improving like a shit ton. Like real
Wow.
good. I was impressed.
oh, my man. Yeah, well, yeah, that's basically how. And then yeah, I've only been playing for like a few months actively.
Okay.
But she's badass. Like when we practice, a lot of the original songs that we make are very spontaneous.
Yeah.
Just like super spontaneous, and it usually starts something with like what David's playing, because David plays real like nice
Sad music.
melancholy type of stuff. It's like super cool. And I remember when I'm gonna trail off, right? But I remember when the band first started, I was telling Ilse.
Who is that? Who is that?
To your face. Oh, Naru. I was telling Naru. I was like, I really like, because with Saha it's different, because we all have a creative process.
Yeah.
But with this band, I like that.
Ooh, you like it more?
The first scoop of the day.
I just
You hear that, Saha?
You get it. They're cool.
I like the stuff that they come up with, because it's really like, I want to say emotional, and like
Yeah.
it's just really cool. It's really cool, and like I never told you this to your face, I guess, but like I like the way you play. Like I fucking love the things you play.
Oh,
You know,
you can start making out.
it means a lot just because I'm super jealous of how you play. So when you play, I get all like, you know, like I like, but I again like branching off. It's because I'm so used to playing by myself, so I play like simple little like sad little things, and then you fucking like SpongeBob Wizard Goober, Goober, just shredding on that shit. So and we both learn different ways too, so that's pretty fun.
Yeah, it's cool because like it's like David said, a lot of the music we make is like everybody's input, like everybody. Oh, anyways, we can go back to
Yeah, he was next on how you got into your instrument, music in general.
I guess shout out to my aunt Sarah. She was kind of like my big sister because I'm an only child, and so I have this super vague memory of listening to American Football Never Meant when I was a kid, and she had it on the vinyl, and then I found it again recently as a teen. Well, not recently, like when I was like 16.
That must have been like 20 years ago. Okay.
34 years old.
I can't do domestic violence on
On
camera.
camera.
Oh yeah, on camera. As off camera, I mean, go for it.
No, so I really got into like sad music because of her and blah blah blah, and it was just like this huge reawakening in me because I was like, oh, I missed this my whole life. Like I felt empty. Here it is. It's great. And then I had a lot of friends that are musically inclined, especially with the guitar, and I was every time I heard it, I'd be like, oh, fuck, that sounds great. And I have trouble expressing myself, so like emotions are hard for me to display, and music is probably the best way for me to do that. I asked for a bass actually. My parents don't know what a guitar and a bass, what's the difference?
Yeah.
So I got a guitar without an amp. So I played it acoustically for a long time. And then my friends, they ended up playing this like little acoustic set just for me one time because we were all drunk. And it was really nice. So I started playing with their guitar and I was like, fuck, no, I should get my own. So I saved up for, I think, 4 years. No, not 4 years. 4 months, sorry.
4 months.
$1,600 for a nice little Martin guitar. and I sold it recently, but that was my baby. I never learned how to play like Mario because he's like classically trained with like string theory and stuff like that. Me, I random patterns. I pluck. Sounds sad. Love it. But that's how I started. I guess I've been playing for like maybe a year. I don't know. I don't keep track of time. But that's what happened to me.
For me, I was a violin player.
Yeah.
And I sucked ass at it. I was complete ass. So I was like, like I like music a lot, and I was like, I don't know about instruments, because it was also a running joke, like in the orchestra class, that I sucked. So like literally, I would hear it like from my girlfriend, like that she would, like people would go up to her and tell her that I sucked at violin, and I was like, it made me kind of sad. So I would put it down, and then I had like my idols like George Harrison and Josh Klinghoffer from the Red Hot Chili Peppers. And I would just watch them play, like how, especially Josh Klinghoffer, how when he would play, he would get real into it and like get all like movement and like just real creative. And then I fell in love with the creative process, and I learned that like you don't have to be good to play, but eventually I wanted to be good, so like I just kept playing. But yeah, that's pretty much how I got into it, and now we're here. Now we're just chilling.
So I started playing drums first.
Yeah.
And in like high school, I played for a while. But then I got kind of tired of it for some reason.
Was like in marching band or what kind?
Just by myself.
Okay.
Little shitty drum kit from Walmart in my garage. And yeah, after I stopped playing, I got into guitar for a while. And that's been like my main thing until I joined them in like July. And then I got my drums out of storage. And really inspired by Dave Grohl from the Foo Fighters.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I just feel like when I play, I'm just like trying to get something off my chest or something, I guess.
Yeah, I get you.
Yeah.
No wonder you make those faces. When
But what specifically made you drawn towards the drums?
Hitting them.
That anger, you gotta express yourself somehow.
when I grab the stick and I go,
I can kind of understand.
Grab stick and bam bam.
Bam, bam.
I play like sad little like melodic stuff, but like when I get really into it, I start strumming to the point like where we were jamming out that one time, and I was like strumming really hard, and like the pick flew out of my hand, and I just started using my fingers, and it sounded really bad.
when we were playing live?
No, we were just jamming out. We were like making up a random song out of nowhere, and I know how you get really tired, and like sometimes you mess up just because you're like so into it. So I get it. I understand completely. Gabe. We should talk more.
We should start a band.
Just me and you, not
Yeah, not these guys. You guys can do it yourselves.
Get a real band.
Dave and Gabe.
I like it. Like again, one of the things that I would tell you is like,
Who?
oh, Naru, sorry. One of the things I always tell Naru was like, I fucking love the way David played, because even though like maybe it was like simple or like stuff
Maybe
like
it sucked.
You could, you could really feel it. Like
It's raw. You said it was raw. That's what you told me.
This is the best way I could put it, and I hope it's not like explicit.
Yeah.
It's like amateur porn.
No, describe it. What do you mean by that?
Yeah, but it's like so you have like people who try to synthesize like porn, like sex, and it's like sex, but it's just like sex. But you have like amateur porn where it's like fucking real, it's raw, it's like love and shit. And it's better. It's better. and with David's playing, it's like that. We're like.
Now you're gonna have to describe everybody's style with porn.
I personally prefer POV.
Motherfucking VR, bro. I like the VR anime.
We watched VR.
Hey, have you seen that? Have you seen that video of this kid like at an anime con that has like the VR?
I think so. Yeah.
Well, we it was like we were trying to see what it looked like on VR, and he started putting on fart on cake videos.
Yeah,
like
I heard about it, and I was like, I'm curious, how do people get into this? and we watched it on VR.
Yeah.
And
He
it was
had
just
the
this
VR.
girl sitting on cake farting.
Yeah, he had the VR. I had it on my phone, like seeing what he was looking at, and he was just like,
It was hard to watch because like I can only imagine the fart gives it some kind of flavor.
Mm.
she didn't eat it after, did she?
No,
Oh.
no, she just like.
It's because of what were we talking about before?
You're describing his style as being wrong.
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah, it's like a lot of composing is like composing. You know, you're trying to put it together. But with David, it felt just like super. And like if you sit down in a practice with us or something, and like we start jamming something out, you'll like feel it. Like it's just something about it. Like even if he's playing like a cover of something, he kind of changes it and into like his own way. It's just so like you can feel it. Like you can feel it. And that's one of the things
Just kiss him already.
I know. You're making it
I
already.
feel like,
Damn.
I'm getting the sloppy toppy.
Ah.
But I would like to direct it towards everyone else. Naru is a great, I guess, pusher. She's definitely the face of the band. She knows how to influence, or spread her influence.
She's the boss.
We wouldn't have had a gig if it wasn't for her. She's super outgoing and she takes a lot of sacrifice. And as a bass player, she is getting better and better every day.
She sucks, but she's gonna.
Mar, everyone knows he's the talent. He's the fucking
Yeah, he's
shredder. But even as a friend, I'm starting to appreciate him more and more. Shut up, man.
Gabe is hard.
And then there's Gabe.
Me and Mar have spread ass together for a picture.
Yeah, we'll post those soon on the Hollowheads Instagram. They showed us
Hollowheads
their butt
OnlyFans.
crack.
But yeah, definitely. I always hear like how awesome Mar is, and he knows how to play off me, which is really nice because I'm so used to playing alone. So like, it feels like I'm playing with a friend. And Gabe,
Emotional.
fuck you. No,
Who invited this kid?
I really appreciate your style, hardcore, especially because I know you're strongly influenced by like grunge and like Foo Fighters, Nirvana, and stuff like that, and I can feel the anger, and that turns me on so much.
I'm glad it does.
One thing about Gabe's playing is that.
It's the press conference.
One thing about Gabe's playing is that, and I was also telling this to Naru. I was like, I've never been with a band. I'm a director from the band to Gabe.
Yeah.
Because like with the band, I've never been with a band where it's like everybody has waited so long for something like this, something so genuine, and I've never been with a group of people who want it so bad, like in their own ways, but that it goes together, that it feels like home. It does. It really does feel like home. And with Gabe's playing, I've never met a drummer, or even like a person like Gabe who's more like, I want to say dedicated, emotional, and just like devoted to like that moment. Because if you watch Gabe play, I watch Gabe a lot while I play, because one, I'm trying to keep up with I'm trying to keep with the tempo and the changes and stuff. But when I'm watching him, like, you can see it like in his eyes, like he's just like real into it, and like he's pushing through a lot of like this like fucking like he looks tired.
Yeah.
But like I respect the fuck out of him.
I love
like,
watching Gabe play, especially
Yeah.
when we're all playing like together at a gig. Like it keeps me going on.
Yeah.
I wish I could see him, because like when they were at the Gremlin, like it was kind of like really small stage. So like I was watching it from an angle, I couldn't see you.
If we had an idea, we wanted Gabe to be like in the middle or
Yeah.
something,
Yeah.
in the front, and then like the stage was kind of small in the front of the Gremlin.
Yeah. Now they're doing it in the back though, so
Yeah, that was super cool. I wasn't there yesterday, but I saw some videos, and I was like, shit, what?
yeah, I got really. The day actually got pretty packed, surprisingly.
Bro, that's badass.
Also, one thing, Gabe has a hidden talent that we don't showcase often that we should start showcasing. Is
What?
fucking screaming.
Oh
for
yeah,
real?
Yeah.
yeah.
Good screamer.
I don't. He sang we've been trying to put lyrics into our song, but we all like to like pretty much sing.
I think all of us. I think we all
I
sing.
think we all see.
David could totally get into it if he wanted to.
I've heard you.
But we were doing a cover of Cheap Beer, and Naru was supposed to sing it, and then we were gonna have a backup singer to sing with her, and we got Gabe to do it, and he just, like he doesn't even need a fucking mic.
No, he was screaming.
Like
Yeah.
he's good at that shit, bro. Like
Sexy.
yeah, it is.
This is gonna turn weird. We're on a
Oh,
bed.
I know, with the lights and everything.
And the rain
Bro.
outside. It's raining.
I love when you scream.
All right.
Dang. And what was it like your actual influences going into that? Like, what influenced each of your musical style?
I think we should go down the line.
Yeah.
Like, what do you mean? Like, just
Like your actual play style.
oh, my playstyle.
Yeah.
I don't know. I just kind of follow them. So the way we make a song is like, hey, Martin, can you do something that's like chugga 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 chugga? And he'll be like, okay, chugga chugga chugga, and oh, Gabe, can you do boom 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 boom? And he'll just do it like, and then in the end, at the very end, then I'll add the bass, following whatever they do. But
Okay.
so I was just like, I don't know how to explain it. It's such a weird thing that we do.
It's a lot of like improv because there's a lot of times where we have an idea of what we want to do, and then it comes out completely different, or we like completely scrap it and then just do something like that was out of nowhere. And a lot of what we do is very improvisational, and the way that Ilse plays bass is like that.
Who?
Like, oh, Naru. The way that Naru plays bass is like super. Fuck, I had the word. Like improv.
Okay,
Very
very proud.
Yeah, the cool thing about the backbone, what was his name? The guy from Scott Pilgrim, the lead guitarist. He's the talent.
Oh, Steven Still.
Yeah, he's Steven basically, because he'll be like, we're on this note, and he'll literally point to where I'm supposed to be playing, and then he'll be like, we're playing that, and so I'm like, okay, and then I'll make up a tune for it. But he's like really like, we're doing this, and we have an idea, and he really like puts it together.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, we're a bunch of anarchists, and he's the one putting us together.
Cool.
He's
Oh,
leading,
like,
he's leading the charge.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's it.
You should talk about your music influences too. Put some people onto some stuff.
I like a lot of lo-fi and like rap boys
Like
and
that study music.
no, not that. Lo-fi chord.
The little anime girl.
No, I don't know her. I don't know her.
Anxious lo-fi music to like have tears too, and it's just like Junji Ito version of like that happening.
What?
It's really good. Okay, anyway, continue. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I mean that's about it. You can go.
I guess I'm strongly influenced by Tyler Burkhart. Him and Crywank, they're both what I listened to at a big time. Well, at that moment, and so it's very simple finger picking of like the same 3 or 4 strings, power chords. Field Medic, especially Tombstone Poetry, was the only finger picking song I can get through without like fucking up, because it makes me sad. But
Yeah, your sounds very sad. Poet. Fucking.
Poetic. Or like a Sleeping Merchants.
What makes you so drawn to like the sadness and all that stuff?
I don't know. As a kid, I think I was an only child. I didn't have much friends, so I would have to like mirror personalities to make friends.
Yeah.
And then I was very drawn into philosophy, and I use my imagination a lot. So I'd get existential.
I think it's because my dad didn't like me enough.
Okay.
Here
First
goes.
of all, it was only in the first 3 years.
Okay.
No, at the age of 5, I had my first existential crisis.
Oh,
So,
how did that happen?
everyone was gonna die. That was my first thought. And also, I was sleeping on this boat, middle of the night. It was in the middle of the ocean. And I opened my eyes because I wake up, and the first thing I see are like a million of lights, but like they're colors I can't describe. And it's like galaxies, and you can see the Milky Way. And it was like, I had a heart attack. And I was like a little kid, and I was like, fuck.
The fact that you had it at such an early age, because like for me, like I think for most people, at least for me, it was like a teenage years, whatever. Like
Yeah.
you start going to that to like, oh shit, everybody we know is gonna die eventually.
Yeah, I realized like everything was so minuscule on the grand scale of things.
Yeah.
So,
We are in a big floating rock in outer space.
Oh, it's space.
anyway, like, my conclusion was like, damn, like this sucks. Like whatever you do doesn't matter, but it does, because everyone's life is their own world. But anyway, I really don't know what draws me to this stuff. It's just, again, it's hard for me to like express emotion, and that's probably the most emotional music and the most relatable music that people can get into.
At the very least, it's good that you found an outlet to express yourself in a positive way. Because you can have positive or negative emotions, but then like how you like express those emotions can be like either good or bad. And so far, I mean, you chose a positive way to express those emotions.
Trying my hardest, yes. I have my, I guess, I'm like a dog on a leash, and they're like trying to pull me.
He's like,
More.
Yeah, that's crazy, bro. 5 years old. Damn. I remember I feel like the first existential thing that I ever thought was like heaven. Cause like in like Catholic and stuff, like you go to heaven or hell or whatever.
Yeah.
At this point, I don't believe in that. I believe that this is hell.
Yeah.
This world is like.
Well, that actually goes with religion, where they say that the devil basically owns the world.
That it's like it just depends. Cause if you're talking about the world as a whole or like a personal world.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I get you.
Like they talk about how like everybody has a good and a bad side, and like they say that you're God, you're also the devil. Or like you get to create
the yin and yang thing, yeah.
Yeah. So, anyways, I don't know what we're getting. Sorry, my bad.
See, here we go again.
Here we go again.
But this is a good conversation to have. So.
I remember thinking like being in my bed just one night, and I had a dream that my dad was like that my dad passed away or whatever. And I just remember waking up from it, and I was like, dude, when we die, we're in heaven forever. Yeah. And I just couldn't process the thought of forever. And I was just like, oh my God. But yeah, I guess it's funny because at some point, if you get real existential, you like try to find all the answers and you just go in a loophole.
You go crazy.
You get real tired of it.
Yeah. It's because at the end, it's like, no one really knows.
You just kind of give up, and whatever you feel like should be the answer or is the closest to what you feel more comfortable with, that's what you choose. Yeah, I know exactly what you mean. I remember like I woke up one night and I started crying. This was like 5, 6, and my mom came and she's like, "What's up?" I'm like, "You're gonna be dead."
Can you imagine as a parent like walk into your kid's room and then like the first thing they tell you like you're gonna die?
You're gonna die.
And it's gonna be me.
Yeah, and then ever since then. Wait, so I thought you were like traditional Catholic.
I was. I do believe in like Catholic. I do believe that you can take knowledge from it and apply it to whatever you believe. Like if you say like for example, if you take the story of David and Goliath or whatever, that David defeated a giant. Like you could say that it's like someone defeating their demons.
Yeah, or you could like even like when like regular stuff, like to say a business, like a smaller business, can be much faster than the bigger business because they take they have all this bureaucracy they need to move through, so they're often sluggish. So if speed can beat your strength, then you're in a good chance.
Yeah,
it's gonna sound super fucking nerdy, but like even in Pokemon,
like
the Pokemon that are faster attack first.
It's pronounced Pokemon.
Okay, Naru.
Naru.
Pocket monsters. Pokemon.
It's kind of crazy. It's just like I mean, there's some things in this life that give you a glimpse. Like a lot of people say meditation, especially like transcendent meditation, where like you just transcend body, thought, mind, and people say that that's like the state of a higher consciousness. That's what happens when you die. And there's like George Harrison, which was what we were supposed to talk about, right? Influences.
Yeah.
Well, it's leading up to it, so I mean, it's good.
He's like my biggest influence ever, in both life and like musically. But he has a song called "The Art of Dying," and in his beliefs in the art and in the song, it goes, "Living through 1,000,000 years of crying until you realize the art of dying." So basically, like you just keep coming into life over and over again, doing your wheels of karma or whatever, until finally you realize like, I just got to learn how to die. Yeah. Or something like that.
That's real, like 90s screamo of that. That's also one of my major influences.
Yeah. And like that type of religion and stuff, that's when they say like, oh, heaven and hell is a mindset and you do it here. And that when you die, everything is just one.
We should make a song about like
kind of Buddhist.
Kind of Buddhist, yeah. Well, he was a Hindu.
Oh, there you
He was Hindu. But yeah, my one of my biggest inspirations is George Harrison, and he made me want to focus not only on like music, but he made me want to find God, which was like, and ever since then, it's been like a calling that I've been on.
Have you tried doing that, like going to like different spiritual like places? And
I have. If there's one thing I found in common is that in all of them, is that this like here,
yeah,
Where?
like
Earth
here,
here, this very room.
this it's what you make it right now. Heaven or hell.
Yeah,
And I guess I like to believe that when we die, there's no thoughts, no mind.
No thoughts,
It's all human,
yeah.
and you're just one.
No, that's empty.
That's what I think.
Like spirit, and I mean, I don't know.
No, yeah, I agree with that. It's a whole mentality thing.
Yeah.
Like I talked this about it with other people where like when you see someone that's like much better than you in terms of like, anything in life, like whether they're better playing your instruments, like you can choose to either get jealous of them or you can choose to get inspired by them.
Yeah. So that's the thing.
You can make your own heaven or hell.
It's a choice. Exactly. Yeah. And I guess eventually you get so tired of hell that you just say, fuck it, and then you go to heaven. Or
Yeah.
whatever. Or like you
I'll
switch
go to
it
heaven.
around. But I guess I like to believe that after this we're all just spirit. We're all God. Not God.
Yeah.
Like, we're God. But like we're all part of that. And-
How?
But yeah, I don't know. Gabe your turn.
Oh, yeah.
Give your
It's
turn.
getting too deep.
My influences. I feel like I'm heavily influenced by like punk music.
Yeah, can you move the mic a little bit closer?
Yeah.
Yeah, there you go.
I like the aggression in it, I guess.
Punk like Machine Gun Kelly?
Now punk like Probot. Yeah.
Like Mozart.
And I guess Dave Grohl is like my biggest influence for the drums and guitar and singing, I guess.
Yeah,
And
he can play great guitar too. I think he should play guitar eventually.
Have him play everything. He's the whole band now.
He's a one-man band.
One-man
He's
band.
very talented.
I have a song where I play every instrument. And yeah, I was into metal for a while too. Heavily influenced by Kiss too.
Mhm.
And yeah.
Like what
And
specifically about them have influenced you?
Kiss?
Yeah, or all of the bands basically.
Well, I guess it's like melodies mainly. Or just like a...
Nice. Interesting.
I'm thinking, man. Or just like the way I phrase the music, I guess. Or
Okay.
how I express it. And yeah.
Like your lyrics, they're very like inspired by like 90s rock bands. For
Yeah.
sure. Yeah.
Word.
Very melodic. He's a melody man.
He's the melody man.
Melody man.
Yeah.
Yeah. I write a lot of lyrics too. But we never use them.
Any of our
We scrap
lyrics.
them. We're like, no, they
Like
suck.
it's from him. Never mind.
No, gave them.
We tried so hard to get a mic.
Oh, yeah, that was our
And we
problem.
tried so hard to get a mic stand. And then finally last practice we got everything and now we're starting to put lyrics in. But I like the way Gabe writes stuff down. He's a good like note taker, melody man.
Yeah.
Cool.
Melody.
Like he has like some lyrics based like fishbowl or something.
Fish in a bowl.
Fish in a bowl. And it was about him like getting your glasses right.
This is the first time I got glasses. It felt like
Yeah.
a fish in a bowl.
And he wrote about that and it was cool.
Dang.
Badass.
Out of curiosity, what influences you, like your fashion style? Because it's so different from what I've seen. Like every time I see you in the gram, I'm like, oh, I know it's you.
So you know Red Dead Redemption?
Yeah, like Western stuff, right?
Yeah, like Western stuff. I thought it was pretty sick. And then Martin dresses like that too. So I think it's
Yeah.
pretty cool. And my dad used to dress like this like a long time ago.
Like a loser.
Oh,
Yeah, whatever.
Hollowhead drama.
pull out the rifle.
Hollowhead drama.
But yeah, it got me into like Western stuff and like outdoors, I guess.
Yeah,
Yeah. And
But
it's like my
You
thing.
caught my attention because of how you dress. That's why I was like, oh, that
Yeah.
guy looks interesting. That's why I was like willing to hear you out.
I'm never gonna forget the cowboy hat. First time we met.
The cowboy hat?
Yeah, you're wearing a poncho, I think, and you're wearing like a wide brimmed hat, and that was the first time I met you. And
Like a badass way.
I think I was a
Yeah.
little drunk, and I was like ranting, and the whole time you were like, "Yeah, yeah."
I remember. It was a great day
It was a good.
at the Gremlin.
No, yeah, I like it. Then you also have the poster for Tombstone.
Yeah,
It's a great movie.
my favorite movie.
I like how you two dress a lot. You, Martin and Gabe. It's interesting.
Whatever.
And then David's just interesting to look at.
It's a hair for him. It makes you stand
I
out.
bleach it and dye it.
Yeah.
It's beneath the body, bro.
I'm basically a Barbie doll. She dresses me up. She does my hair. She gets after me whenever I don't do anything.
I do that for all of them, though. I'm like, Martin, shave.
Oh,
David,
yeah.
shave. David, I need
think
to bleach your hair.
That's another thing that I think Naru's really good at. She's
Yeah.
really good at.
Like the imaging of the band. That's great to have. The fact you guys like, I can just he's like just when you guys were first talking, I could tell this is a cohesive band. Each of you guys have a role, and it's so perfect for what you need.
Oh.
That is super cool because literally, I've never been a part of anything that was like, we should do something like that.
Yeah.
Like the fact that it's so like together,
Mm-hmm.
it feels badass. It feels like a real band.
It actually, yeah, this is me. But even though you guys have been only doing it for like a month and a half, whatever, like you already have like the great foundation for a band.
Thank you. That actually means a lot.
Yeah.
No, I'm saying this because I'm serious. Like some bands they just seem like they're just guys or girls, whatever, playing together. They don't really seem like a band, or sometimes they don't even care about their image or like how they present themselves, and they can hold you back.
Yeah. That was like one of the big things too, because I wanted it to look cool. I wanted to be interesting, something you want to look at, and so we have like planned photo shoots where we do something stupid or.
That was something that I personally had to learn because being part of like other bands and other groups and stuff before, it was kind of like that. Like it just felt like a bunch of people just playing, and there's nothing wrong with that. It's just sometimes like you think like, oh, we don't need that stuff. We're ourselves. And
Yeah, no.
but having it like this, it kind of gives like a broader meaning or like a new something to it. It feels important. It feels like
Exactly.
like something really good.
Something I really appreciate about all of us is like, yeah, we're talking about how like we're all like cohesive and integrated, but at the same time, as individuals, we're like really fucking different. Like, there's this song. So there's this hardcore like screamo band called. I wrote haikus about cannibalism in your yearbook. And all their songs are numbers. I don't know which number it is. Maybe 3, 13, 14, 6. But they all play different tunes. And they're all playing their own song at the same time. And it sounds like one cohesive song. And I think that's like a great representation of us.
Yeah. That's one of the things I've noticed too about this band is like we're all just so fucking like beyond like on different sides of the spectrum. But like we meet in the middle just so amazingly.
And that's honestly the best thing to have. Like you're able to balance your individuality, but also as a band be together and cohesive.
Yeah, because it's cool because we all kind of agree to like being together cohesively, but at the same time we're still ourselves, and it works out so beautifully. Yeah. It's like perfect.
Like everybody, I like how you said that everybody brings like something different. Like Gabe and David, they're really passionate about the lyrics and like the whole poetic side of it and stuff. And Martin's like really good at guitar. His is like actually playing, and mine is like the whole like everything together. I guess it's like what I want it to sound like, what I want it to like the creative process of it is my favorite thing, and like the videos or the pictures and like how we're gonna make a scene look or how it's gonna sound and or what style.
Like I keep on talking, but there's a Japanese art where like a vase or pottery is broken and they like glue it back together with golden resin. I feel like that's a good representation of what's going on. We're like no broken pieces.
It's just broken people.
Yes, broken people
for real,
that
bro.
like connect each other.
Yeah,
we have the glue, the gold. No, I'm just kidding. No, but
you get one good one every time.
but for real, that's what it feels like.
It's a puzzle.
Yeah,
And you guys all fit together.
we're all very blah, but
Yeah.
together we make something beautiful.
Yeah. It's really true. Like the other day we had a practice and like two of us were like throwing the fuck up just because like well for me it was something different than for you I guess, but we were just throwing up.
Yeah, I mean, we practice outside. I don't feel like we have the best things as a band. Like, we don't have, like... We're like, probably, like, the most broke band in the valley.
Yeah, we're real broke.
we practice outside. Obviously, a lot of bands practice outside. But it's, like... we practice outside in the heat, and like we don't have a mic. We didn't have yeah.
It's like super awesome though, because I'll look at David and we'll be like 2 hours into like already practicing, and Gabe too. Like David will be dripping sweat from his face.
Yeah,
and
you guys are
Gabe will
gross.
just be wet. Like Gabe will literally just be wet from sweat.
Came out of the shower.
Like legit.
His shirts go like a shade darker by the end of practice every time.
It's like badass how like dedicated.
I don't sweat. I'm a girl.
Practice goes well though.
I just need to sit a lot because my butt is bony and it hurts. So it's like standing up, sitting, standing up, sitting.
My bass, I didn't know that there was like straps for basses.
Oh, bro.
Oh.
Bass, because
Yeah, she
I use a
levitates
guitar.
it.
I use a guitar straps, and it's 15-20 pounds, and I try to stand up as much as I can with it, but it hurts. So I need to go. Reminder.
Just pretty little bass problems, ain't it?
Yeah, I was gonna say.
The Hollowhead problem. A Hollowhead adventure.
Oh my God.
He
My
said
DIY
after every
drops
practice, he'll say another Hollowhead adventure,
Adventure.
and I want to punch him every time.
Have you seen that movie, Thor: Love and Thunder?
No, I haven't seen it yet.
It's because in the movie, in the beginning, I don't know if you mind, like, if I talk about
Go for it.
Like, in the beginning, he's with the Guardians of the Galaxy or whatever. It's just so fucking funny because it's like a whole team.
Yeah.
It's a whole team of people and like a whole army of like these alien race or whatever. And they fight like these bad guys and he's basically doing all the work. And at the end of it, he's like, oh, another Thor adventure.
It's
Like,
a
he
it's
made
a
it about
metaphor
himself,
because
like,
you.
It's so funny.
Oh, okay. I was like, because you're the backbone of the band.
Nah, I'm Thor.
So cool.
You're doing all the work.
You basically.
No, it depends what you're talking about. If we're talking about media and stuff like that, that's all you said. Straight up.
Yeah.
That's all you said.
That's another thing I was going to compliment you guys. Like, in terms of your social media presence, it's great.
Oh,
Like,
thank you.
you actually look like you guys are friends and like an actual band.
We
playing
look like
together.
friends. Yeah, good, because
we're
we're not.
Yeah, no, yeah.
Yeah.
I think we get along well. I think that was really important in the beginning. It's like we all had to get along. If not, it wasn't
It's
gonna
not
work.
going to work, yeah.
And
Well,
Musically,
like,
too.
She's the one that pushes us to like have photo shoots. She's the one that pushes us to like actually do things collectively.
More bands need to have a person like you on their side.
Honestly,
that's what I'm saying.
Honestly, like for reals,
Thank
like some
you.
bands just...
More-
You can
more
tell when a
bands.
band has it and when they don't.
That's kind of true.
What?
You can tell.
It's because this one doesn't have a life.
The way I always thought about it was like it's one of those things where some people think like, oh, it's cool, we'll be ourselves, people like it, and sometimes it works out. Like
Yeah.
kind of, because like Ween. There's this band called Ween. It's only 2 guys, but like they were kind of like that. Like they're like, we'll be ourselves, and shit. And it worked out real great. Or you have a band like Kiss, where it's like all collectively, and it's like, wow, that's fucking badass. They put on a show,
Yeah.
so it's like it's cool.
Sorry. Like-
Um,
I was just waiting for one of you to go. Shut up.
full stop. Like, what is that?
I'll take it.
There's this tick that I have that gets triggered when you whistle, and your door has it, and it's been making me tick all day because it goes recording, like it goes.
Oh, the
yeah.
ring, the ring doorbell.
But the whistle specifically, that one for some reason makes me tick.
Can I ask you a question? Like, how did that happen? Do you know how that happens or no? Like, has it been explained to you like how ticks get activated?
They get triggered by random things. Like right now, it's just how cold it is in here. They get triggered sometimes when I drink, or I think when I told you about it, I was half drunk.
Yeah.
I was like, I have to tell you right now, I have Tourette's. I don't know if that's gonna be a problem.
Nah, don't worry about it. I always try to accommodate people.
That was really nice. Thank you. Yeah, you were super sweet about it. Yeah.
No, I'm not gonna judge you. I mean, what can I possibly say? Like, oh, fuck you, fuck you and your ticks.
Yeah. Oh, we're not gonna do the interview anymore.
No, you know what ticks?
Not on my channel.
Bro,
I
you
don't
have ticks, you have pulga.
Start calling you around.
When I went to Wisconsin, I was like, "Oh, sorry, I have ticks," and then they were like, "Oh," but they thought I meant like dog ticks.
Yeah, you give the dark colors.
Yeah, I was like, "No."
I have crabs.
No wonder you have low iron.
Yeah. It just feels awkward to be being like, I have Tourette's. I don't know why. To me, it feels awkward
It
to
sounds
say it
cool.
out loud.
It sounds like the Nirvana song, like Tourette.
I start thinking the freaking South Park of all things.
Oh shit!
That's what people tell me.
Yeah.
asshole.
They,
Fuck yeah.
there's 3 things that people tell me if I tell them I have Tourette's. Like, it's either, oh, like Billie Eilish. Or like, like that one South Park episode.
Oh, yeah.
or like the Nirvana song, like, or like, oh, that must be really cool. I wish I had Tourette's. And it's just like,
Well,
yeah, I could name them. I'm kidding.
That one girl was like, I can never get tired of that. That's so cute. Oh my god.
They think, oh, that's so quirky.
Yeah.
But you have to. He's had to been there. Yeah.
to beat up people.
I am one of the people.
No, he's been there when I've had not panicked, tick attacks, and he has to like hold me down and stuff. But they haven't happened in a while. But it's like when people tell you that. Yeah, when people tell you that, oh, it must be so nice, and then David has to like hold me down because I'm like ticking so hard, I'm hitting myself.
Yeah.
Like,
Is it like you're almost like you're possessed? Like you just can't control it?
it feels like, what do you mean?
How does it feel like when you're having tics? Like
not,
mentally,
not like spiritual. Like what I mean is like, does your body just do it and you can't control it? Or not?
Sometimes I can feel them coming. Like I feel one in my back, and I'm just like, but other times they just happen, and it even scares me a little bit. I'm like, oh shit, I did that. And then I try not to do them sometimes. Like I was trying in the beginning. I was like, I gotta like, but
Fighting.
now we're talking about it. They're gonna like.
Oh,
yeah, no, I don't mind. I mean, I would rather address it just to see how it is because it's something so different.
I don't mind talking about it. I feel like obviously if I don't know you, when I go, people go bless you, and I'm like thank you, and I don't.
You don't say it.
Yeah, unless we're gonna be friends or we're gonna talk for a while. I'm like, yeah, hey, heads up, like, you know, it's not a problem.
So, like, when you feel it coming, like, how does it feel? I would assume, like, maybe, like, when you feel like a cough coming, like, you try to, like, stop the coughing. Is it like that, or?
Oh, that feels like too much warning. Like, I feel like it's like, I don't know how to explain it. It's, I guess, like a hiccup. You know it's gonna come. Sometimes you have that little pre-feeling, and then it'll just happen, and you just can't control it sometimes. But you can suppress it, whatever. I don't know.
Yeah.
They're really cool about it. They don't really point it out because we hang around so much.
At parties, my favorite one was where you hold out the cup and you're like, take it.
Just, if I drink a lot, they'll get like weird. So like I'll be like cup, and then he'll just like grab it because I'll like chuck it if someone doesn't grab it. I'll like throw it.
I used to really like the whistle one. Like I don't know.
They change month.
Oh, they do?
Yeah, so like every few months I'll have. Right now, I guess it's. But before it used to be the whistle.
I don't want to do it right now. Because like it was funny because at the time they had like that meme where it was like a car, but it was like it looked like WhatsApp or some shit.
Yeah.
And it would play like the WhatsApp ringtone, and it was exactly what you would do. And I was
That
like,
one?
Yeah. Yeah, and I would be like, what's that?
Yeah, he would laugh every time, but then I feel like it gets old, and then nobody mentions it again. It's like farting in front of your friends.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's funny, and then sometimes it's like, oh yeah, it's
They're
Yeah.
farting.
They're farting.
Here it goes.
There it goes.
there it goes again.
They'll take her to a birding center.
So what?
To a birding center.
All the birds are gonna start dropping out.
Imagine, bro. Oh my
That would be dope.
No, I think I'd be fine.
bro.
Let's try it. I think.
We should take.
Wait, let's go.
We should go to the zoo.
Yeah.
Or
The aquarium. Go.
I think Luis is the one. He just recently found out I had Tourette's, and he always goes just to test it.
And I'm glad that they, you have friends who are supportive of you about that stuff.
Yeah, I mean, it's a pet peeve of mine when people are like, I wish I had that, or that's so cute, or like say something about it every single time I tick. These guys, like, I could be ticking all day, and they're like in their own little.
Yeah.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
he'll be like, yeah, I'll be like, oh shit, I just ticked weird. He's like, oh, I wasn't like paying attention. It's cool.
How do you manage like the fact that like it's a permanent thing, right?
Yeah.
How do you manage that mentally? Like, okay, like, you know what, this is my life. How did you get to that point?
Well, because I've had it since I was like 8, so it was like I've always just done it, and it was never really a problem. I guess it's more difficult for people who have coprolalia, that where you say words and phrases like fuck or
Yeah.
which I don't have. Just like
That or Curb Your Enthusiasm.
yeah, but I'm guessing they have a harder time with that, but I don't. So it doesn't really affect me. I thought it was gonna affect me more when playing bass, but I don't tick when I'm playing bass or drawing and stuff like that.
So you're able to distract yourself mentally. It kind of like holds it off.
It's like somebody said it was like when your brain is not doing so. Like when you're not focused on anything. Like if I'm watching a video, I'll be taking the whole time. But if I'm like, obviously if I'm playing bass, if I'm drawing or doing my makeup, if I'm focused, I'm not gonna take.
Oh, that's interesting. No, I'm glad you have these guys as your support group.
They don't care.
Did they start happening randomly?
These don't pay attention anymore.
These fools.
These fools.
What?
Did they start happening randomly, or was it gradually?
I was like, it turned into a Tourette's like interview. No, but they started when I was 8, and oddly enough, it was my OCD tics that started first. So people would walk past me, and I would feel the air on my arm, and I'd have to feel it on this arm. I'd start blowing on my arm, and then I'd be like, and then I blew too hard. Let me do this. Like, what was it? A pause. Oh, yeah.
Pause it.
And so I would like be there for like 30 minutes. My friends would be like, "What are you doing?"
Yeah.
Or like their moms would be like, "What are you doing?" And we just like started doing it, and then like they would literally join in. They'd be like, "Okay, let's do it with you." So it was weird, and
cool.
it was sweet of them. I was like little.
Cool, yeah.
Her name was Christina. Shout out, she remembers. But then walking home, I remember the second one I ever got is because it was just that for like a month, and then randomly it was that.
Oh, okay.
And I just kept doing it, and then eventually shrugging, and then they just kept adding up and switching, and then I did these for a month, and then I did others for a month, and then that's just been that. And then I used to be like, I wonder which one's next. I'm scared if it's going to be annoying.
Is there like a treatment for it or no?
You can take medication. I know they like told me about some medication that I could take, but also I was just like, it's not.
It's not like a bother.
It doesn't.
It's not like it's not too major. Like,
no, you won't notice it unless like if we're just talking. If I just met you and we are just talking, you won't notice it unless like I say something. Right?
Yeah.
But does it like bother you personally, or are you just kind of like?
When I have tic attacks, sometimes, yeah, but not all the time.
Does it bother when people say like, "Oh my god, I have OCD," and they're all they do is like,
Yeah, no, yeah. I mean,
like moving stuff around, like, "Oh, it's OCD," but like, come on.
the thing about Tourette's is that it's like a neurological disorder. So it comes with, it's not just Tourette's, it comes with a bunch of stuff.
Okay.
So I also, like, it comes with OCD, or like mine's really bad. I can give myself goosebumps.
Like on command.
Yeah.
What?
Oh damn.
And
She
so
surprises herself.
I would be like,
Damn.
Like when we're watching a video and you have to like bring down the control center, move up the brightness up and down a few times and bring it back up.
I don't realize I do that, but
That
on
annoys
my,
me.
I'm sorry, on my phone I'll do this, like, I just
Yeah.
go, boop, 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 boop. I'll do it a bunch of times because you kind of feel it vibrate on your hand,
okay.
so I have to do it 4 times or like a few times. The what?
Like when I put a beer here.
He puts cold beers on my face, and I don't like that because then I have to do it on the other side too.
Oh, okay.
And when I was little, my sister would be like, "Can I have a Cheeto?" I was like, "Get 2," and she'll get 3, and she's like, "I got 3," and I'm like, "Get 1 more to like even it out."
Yeah. Does it happen to you with volume? Because like
Yes.
whenever like I raise volume, it has to be at a denomination of 5. So it has to be like either 40, 45. It can be like 42, 43.
Mine is in 2s actually.
Oh,
So
2s?
like it could be 2s, 0s, sometimes 5s,
Yeah.
but it's like specific.
That's kind of crazy.
Yeah, I don't
That's
know.
kinda cool.
I guess mine's are 2s and yours are like 5s.
5s. Yeah. It just bothers me for some reason. It makes no sense. So like it has to be something.
Yeah.
So what if someone was to like make a puzzle in front of you and it just like
Oh no, that doesn't bother me. I know it's a puzzle. I know, like if somebody got one of the middle pieces and it was the last one and they break it, that would bother me. I'd be
or
like,
what if they like took the middle piece out and it's just like a centerpiece?
well, if I know I can just put it back or it's there. It's
Oh,
not-
that's why. So they break it.
Yeah, if it's gone forever.
I think that would piss off anybody too.
What was that?
I think it would piss off anybody.
Yeah. These are things like I feel like also like, it's
Like with food. Remember, like we'd share food,
eat.
and then I'd eat more than
Oh.
we would share food, and I'd eat more than I was supposed to because I'm a little glutton, and you'd like have like
Breakdown.
little breakdowns. You're like, you're not supposed to eat that much.
If like I have a sauce for something,
Yeah.
or like I know how much I have to
Oh, you
eat.
equal it out.
Yeah, so that I finish it all together, and this fool would come and just like grab all my fries, all my
Oh my
dip,
God.
and I'd be like, I can't eat anymore. Like I can't eat it.
On the flip side, has it helped you with your music though?
I don't. It's not major for me. I guess it's
Yeah.
Yeah, because we wrote a song called Tourette's.
Yeah.
And then like some other band stole it. I forgot what that band was called, like Nirvana. or
Nirvana, I
some
think
shit.
it was.
Yeah, that band.
Yeah, they stole that shit.
I like structure when I'm writing lyrics. So like when he writes like poems, like I'll structure them and I'll be like,
I appreciate that.
so I get that.
Yeah, it could help you out. Like that's what I was wondering. Like there's like positive effects to it.
It has to feel right. So that's
That
what it
makes
is.
Just aesthetics.
Yeah. But actually, when they diagnosed me, they weren't like, you have OCD Tourette's. They said, you're an aesthetic little boss girl. They were like, no, they said,
That's what they wrote down in the official notes.
yeah. And then they said,
It's because like there's some cool nurses out there that they like are cool like that. I don't know.
nurses.
Or like doctors.
They held me down. You have Tourette's. And they inject me. "Ah, get her. And I try running away. And then that's how we formed. I met the Hollowheads outside. They got me
Yeah.
away.
They're gonna tie you down like Hannibal Lecter.
What? What is that?
The guy from Silence of the Lambs.
Yeah.
I haven't seen. Oh,
The Hannibal, bro.
actual cannibal Shia LaBeouf. Right through the quiet.
Okay.
Freestyle.
Hey, Hollowhead freestyle.
Yeah. Hello, yeah, the freestyling. You like the guys yesterday.
Oh my god. Yeah, that was fun.
Yeah. There's a bunch of rappers like just freestyling.
For real?
Yeah, then they got the musicians involved too. Like just play whatever chords and get the drummers in there and all that stuff.
Was it awesome?
It was fun until like towards the end when like it was just like
Mumbling.
they were drunk at that point. I'm like, oh no. And then one of the guys, his name's Patricio or Patrick.
Yeah.
He was supposed to play a third song. They told him, okay, play a couple of riffs for us, and then you'll play your third song. It never got to that point. They just kept going on over. So like he kept playing like the same three chords over and over again while they were rapping, and then like it became like 2 a.m. And like, okay, guys, you need to like cut it off already.
Oh.
And like, oh, poor Patrick.
Yeah, you guys were supposed to be there.
For real?
Remember yesterday?
Oh yeah. Yeah.
They were like, we'll go. And then
Yeah.
I was like, okay, let's go. And they're like,
I never said that.
no.
There was a lot of people.
That's not true. You were like,
No
if Martin
contract.
goes, I'll go.
Then he didn't go.
It's because my mommy and my poppy.
The
got
age
mad.
gap. Can we address the age gap between all of
go for
us?
it.
I'm the youngest.
19,
Baby.
24.
I'm dying.
It's like 19, 24. That's like a 5-year age gap. Isn't that crazy?
And then you should say your ages.
I'm 19.
I'm 21.
Yeah.
So like they're 2 years younger and he's 2 years older. So
Yeah.
like we meet in the middle.
It's kind of crazy. It's fun. It's like fun because it doesn't feel like. Well, I guess you can't say the age gap's that big, but it doesn't feel like there's an age gap at all. Like if I knew David in high school, I was a freshman.
He would have hated you.
He would have been graduated already.
No,
yeah,
yeah.
he
you
already in
guys,
college.
So like it's
Some
like-
college guy just shows up to the high school. Let's be friends.
you want to be in a band?
It'll be the best.
You want to be in
Glory
a band?
days.
You want to get drunk?
Buy you drinks.
No, I don't let them two drink on my watch.
It's a
That's
lie.
not
Yeah.
true.
Yeah,
That's a
when your
lie.
dad brought out the champagne. Nuh-uh. And the only reason you drank was because your dad was there. And you don't
The
drink.
first show we went to, you were like, "You want a drink?"
Yeah, I didn't know how old you were.
I told you.
Yeah, after.
I think it was before.
No, I know it was after.
She's trying to get you drunk. She's trying to give alcohol to a minor.
Yeah, it's on camera.
sometime.
It's on camera now.
Camera.
I think, yeah, I don't know. That's my biggest scare, like that I'm going to give like alcohol to a minor at a show.
Yeah.
It's like my biggest, like, I don't know.
If you pay me enough.
Criminalize.
You heard it here first, folks.
Her.
The Hollowheads will buy you beer.
Sometimes people do that like in downtown.
Pay us.
Like they'll be like really drunk people like, hey, can you buy me beer? Because they don't want to buy me, like they don't allow me to buy any more drinks. I'm like, no.
Really? They go up to you and ask?
Yeah. That happens in downtown.
But do you drink a lot of beer or no?
I don't drink.
You don't drink?
No.
Yeah, respect.
Oh,
It's not that I find it bad or anything. It's just like I know I have an addictive personality. So like if I ever got into like drugs or alcohol, I know I would.
You're smart. That's
Yeah.
smart. Stop it before it.
Yeah, before it even
starts.
happens. That's why I try to avoid stuff.
I know a lot of people don't start drugs because of that.
Yeah.
But it's because I was wondering, like, it's because also a lot of people have like traumatic experiences with people they know in drugs and stuff.
Yeah.
So I didn't know which one it would have been.
If anything, it'll probably be my dad as well because like anytime like back then when we were together, he would get drunk a lot, and so like in the middle of the night he would be coming in like tumbling around. I'm like, oh, here he comes,
Oh, yeah.
drunk. So like that was part of it, but for me it's just like I know I get addictive to stuff. So like if I would try to chase like a higher high every single time, and I know I would eventually die.
Yeah, it gets to that point. There's no more higher high than death.
Yeah,
Okay.
That's
We
the
should
biggest
make a
high.
song
Death
about
is
that.
the biggest high.
I mean, yeah, DMT does kick in when you're dying.
All right.
yeah, yeah.
I actually, I'm really not jealous, but like I really admire people who
Who do drugs?
don't take any substances.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Like,
Straight edge.
you for sure. Yeah.
That's cool.
hmm
The real cool
Don't be
guys
like me.
don't. Yeah.
The only reason I don't is because I learned from my own lessons.
Yeah. Then I also had like friends who were like really addicted to different drugs,
Yeah.
Oh.
and even in high school, they would tell me like, don't do it. Like I wish I would have kept sober because then I wouldn't have like that. Like once you lose your sobriety or whatever, like you eventually like you know what's out there, so you want to chase it again, and you're like just don't do it. I'm
Yeah.
like, okay,
Well, I wouldn't do nothing hardcore. I would just like,
just mushrooms, you know. That I would go down. I'll be down for something.
Just
like that.
LSD.
It's
Some
because I-
psychedelics.
like I know how I am mentally.
Yeah.
So I never went too deep. I never
Yeah.
went to like that extreme of. I will only do like
Major-
stuff just to have fun or be loose. Like
Yeah.
maybe I would drink a beer, or I would like. I used to smoke,
Mhm.
but then eventually I stopped smoking because my grandma passed from smoking. So I was like, and then drinking, like it just didn't. I feel like it didn't bring me anything at all.
Mhm.
So I was just kind of like.
You're talking in front of the two alcoholics in the
Yeah.
group.
And then with weed, it was just like it was fun. But just at one point, it became dissociative. So I was like,
Yeah.
not really wanting to do that. So I just decided to become straight edge. Luckily, I don't have an addictive personality.
Yeah.
And I can just drop things whenever I want. So God bless, bro. Like, yeah.
For me, I just try to do that, but like with the podcast and like just like the thing, it could also lead up to a bad thing where like sometimes I get like really concentrated on numbers. Like, okay, it did this well. Can I get it higher? How can I get it higher? And that becomes my thing. So I try to like focus that energy at least on positive things because I know if I get into drugs, like it's gonna be over for me. It's gonna be the downfall of Joe.
The downfall of Joe, yeah. Yeah, I get you.
Hey Naru, why do you drink?
For the aesthetic.
It's pretty
It
stupid.
looks cool.
It's cool.
I just thought it made me a cooler person.
She watches the commercials like I want to be like her.
Yeah. No, because of you.
David,
When we first started talking.
but David's cool at beer though, cause he's like a connoisseur. He's like he's like if you had a grandmaster wizard
Yeah.
of beer, it would be David.
Yeah, because there's people who are just like trash and there's people like who like they know like different stuff. Whatever.
Yeah, like he knows everything. He knows like
you can
what
make it look
tastes
classy,
good.
basically.
He introduced me to drunk. To drunk.
To drunk.
He introduced me to drunk.
Becoming alcoholic.
To alcohol. And sorry. I lost my train of thought because I'm distracted. But yeah,
that
he
he
introduced
knows.
me to alcohol, and then I got drunk for the first time, and it was weird. But then I just wanted to keep doing it, and then yeah. But now I just kind of use it to be more social.
I'm a drunk.
No, I just use it to be more social now. I don't really get super drunk anymore.
Nah, yeah. That's true. That's true.
I thought the scene was gonna be more like scary because I was like, it's older people. They all drink and smoke, and
Yeah.
they're all gonna like whatever. But everybody's cool. Like everybody's like in the scene. Everybody's really nice.
I heard this quote once about there's this interviewer.
You did not care about what.
No, it's gonna.
Anyways,
it's
my
gonna go,
quotes.
it's gonna go back to it. I promise. It's because she was talking about the scene or whatever, and there was this like documentary of this guy who went to Japan.
Yeah.
To interview the scene that they had in Japan, like the downtown scene or whatever, like the musical downtown scene, and he would like ask people like about the scene, and a lot of the people would say that's like the same people, the same stuff, the same everything. You see the same people at every show, you see the same things at every venue, and sometimes that's how I think about the scene. But it's like kind of cool because it's kind of like a little family, maybe not family. Like I don't really talk to a lot.
It's like a
of people.
TV show where you're seeing the same people over and over again.
Yeah, it's like New Jersey Shore or some shit.
Jersey Shore.
It's a
Jersey Shore.
reality
New
show.
Jersey.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah, I think it's only been a year that I've been like the very first time I stepped foot in Gremlin. It's been a year. I hadn't gone out to McAllen at all. I lived in Edinburgh and I didn't. I was like super in my room all the time. And so it's been exactly a year, and I had 54 followers on my private account because I was like, it's just for friends. And then I met more friends, and right now it's like it's not a lot.
like
It's
a thousand.
it's no. It's like 200, right? But it's
1,000.
like I only add people who I've talked to. So it's crazy to know that 200 people, I've met 200 people in the last year.
What made you go to the Gremlin?
I mean, it was the only thing that was kind of close to Yerberia after it closed down, which is why I think most people started going there. And then the people that work there are so nice. So the nicest people. I'm trying really hard not to cuss, but they're the nicest people.
They're such the nicest people because we're trying to get gigs there right now. So
I met them before that, all right, and they were always taking care of me. There was this guy being a creep, and they're like, "We'll kick him out. Like, come over here." One of them drove me home. Like, they really are like, they know about the angel shot. Like, you know, they're like
the angel shot, like the TikTok videos. Like,
yeah.
It's supposed to be a very safe space.
It's and this one guy in stand up, he said the N-word and he was in black. And they shut him down. They were like, "Nah, I know." Like, and it's just really cool. And that's why I kept going. And I used to go like 3-4 times a week.
Yeah. We used to go like every day.
Damn.
I used to live 3 minutes away from it, so I used to go.
Oh yeah.
How they introduced us the first time we did open mic at Grandma.
They introduced us like they're here all the time.
Yeah.
And now they're gonna play for us.
They're basically employees at this point.
They said something. He was
started-
an employee.
That's how I met him. I went to Gremlin a year ago.
Bro, I still remember. I remember meeting David for the first time.
It was like
rock and roll
last-
sushi, bro.
Oh yeah.
Bro, and we were all like, "Oh, what's up, David?"
We weren't close then, though. me
No,
and you.
like that. We were barely meeting. Well, you and I were not as close.
No,
and
we were
we were
just-
barely meeting David. But I feel like the newest people to the scene would be me and Gabe.
Yeah.
Gabe and I are fairly.
What has been your experiences with the music scene?
It's been pretty good. Everyone's pretty welcoming.
Mm-hmm.
And my first show I went to was in like June with Naru. And that's where I first met her.
I was
And-
like, I'm going to a show, and then I just sent you shows from like after that.
Yeah. And then it's pretty fun too. And you see a lot of the same people.
Yeah, you do.
Yeah. Like
Familiar faces.
Sometimes good, sometimes bad. Like,
Yeah,
this person's here.
You know who to avoid. You know who's
Yeah,
friendly.
Here
you know
comes
who's
Martin
nice.
again.
What?
Only one of us can have that name.
This
They
town
can
ain't
only
big
leave it up
enough
for
for
the
both
Yeah,
of
for
us.
us.
It's like going to like Thanksgiving and like or like Christmas and you see all the family members you haven't seen in a long time.
Yeah.
And you're like, oh fuck. Like you know like chisme about everyone, but like
And you know which uncle's cool and which one's not.
Yeah, like, which
Yeah.
is what, like, don't.
it's a
don't-
very big dysfunctional family for sure.
I mean, everybody's really nice so far
Yeah.
with me. And
Yeah, it's a lot of people are nice. I just wouldn't want to. I don't want to attach myself too much to it, just because it gets like. But I guess I learned back in high school, like the more you get attached to all these people, the more you get attached to all these things, it's also a lot more drama that comes with it.
Yeah.
Eventually.
Yeah.
And it's a lot to deal with. Like I like talking to them. I've met some great people, some really cool people. But to stick around like all the time like that.
Yeah, if you get too deep, you start seeing a lot more stuff than you're not supposed. It's like kind of like the Matrix. Like with the longer you try to get
The
out of
less
it, like
you know, the better. It's
yeah,
just
just don't get
it's
too
just
deep.
nice at a distance. Like hi.
Yeah, hi.
That's it.
It's it's exactly like that. And sometimes you go in with like knowing stuff about people.
And they're different too.
Yeah.
Like it's
Yeah.
not always true.
That's the other thing people should watch out for. Like there's common misconceptions, like there's like rumors about people that aren't true.
Yeah.
Make,
So like,
yeah.
yeah, so
So that's another thing is like it's very like two-sided to the extent where like, oh, should I trust this person? Or should I
Yeah.
not? But then I guess you just get to know them or something.
okay, you keep on the mic.
Sorry, that's probably my only problem with the scene in general. Because it's such like a tight knit group. And you're right, we see each other every day. Everybody like interacts. There's gonna be good interactions, bad interactions. People have good intentions, bad intentions. You really don't know what's what.
And then sometimes you might catch a person on a bad day.
Oh, definitely.
And
Yeah.
then that gets spread around. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's like a lasting impression towards like everyone in the community, and that's like kind of what you're known for. It is, it's scary, but at the same time, like it is like a big family, you know. Love them or hate them, they're still there.
It's a bunch of gangs. It's like the mob families.
Yeah. It's like one of those things where it's like it's like very two-sided to the point where it's like, oh, it's okay, there's like like you can make mistakes. We're all humans and stuff.
Yeah.
Like that. Or it could be the other side. It's like, what the fuck, you did that shit? Get out of here.
Yeah, and some people don't like, even give you a chance to explain yourself.
Well, and
That's why,
then-
like, whenever like hear drama, I'm like, okay, let me talk. I'm not gonna talk to the person, but like, if it ever happens, I'm like,
I'm not telling you
what's your
told
side?
me that.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
the thing
I don't
is,
believe
like there's some drama that to the extent it's like, okay, yeah, maybe that's like not that good. Like I don't want to be close to that person. But then there's some drama where it's like, okay, like that's kind of out of proportion.
Yeah,
Let's
yeah.
kind of see what's true or not. But
Sometimes though, it's not even drama. It's like
it's just
actual
miscommunication.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's a lot of miscommunication. A lot of people, a lot of different personalities. If I told Issa something like, and I told someone else the same thing, they'd both take it different ways, type of thing.
I think
I
some
am
people
a-
could just be like socially awkward, so they come out like looking like assholes, even though they're nads.
Sometimes, yeah, or like,
This guy, that's his problem right now. Like, he didn't say hi to me, or like,
Yeah,
like I got that from this guy like last week. He's like, he didn't say hi to me. I think he's mad at me.
I don't know
No,
what to say. I don't know what to do, man. I'm an only child. Fuck. I express through cursing, drinking, and playing video games and guitar.
yeah.
I can't talk.
I tried to throw you a bone. I'm like, he doesn't say hi to anybody.
Yeah.
She's my caretaker.
But like when you
Public.
take care of old people, you change their diapers.
yeah. She's like your provider.
Pretty much. We're each other's provider at this point.
He takes care of things I can't. Oh, it's the same. Yeah.
Yeah,
Symbiotic relationship.
Besties.
besties for life.
I was, fuck, I can't. Here, can you help this room?
wow.
Troy and Abin in the morning. Well,
I gave.
fucking.
Okay.
have one? Oh yes.
Oh yeah, there you go.
Hi.
You don't have.
And there we go. Bye.
Just by
asshole.
It's a bitch.
Oh. Yeah.
Bro, they've been getting canceled again.
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 Damn.
I'm kidding. No, this
Hollowheads is getting canceled.
they tried. So
Reals?
It was this rumor.
it was this guy.
No names.
Yeah,
this,
don't name
yeah,
names,
no
but you
names.
can
no,
target.
I wasn't gonna be like, oh, this. No, yeah.
We're past that point anyways.
Yeah. Oh, we
This
could
was a
just
while
also
back.
not talk about it. It's just like they were making some stuff up about David to get him canceled, but
So
then.
he can end up with
But we got all the receipts. We just have them in case somebody tries
That does
it.
happen, and it's really weird when I see that happen. I'm like, no, like
It's
I can look at you. You
unnecessary.
don't seem like a bad person. I mean,
I'm horrible. I'm wretched.
David's like the nicest, one of the nicest guys. He's like, you know how they say like
yeah,
the gentle giants?
yeah,
That's literally
Oh.
David, bro.
yeah. Because there's people like you could be the nicest person ever, and people will start trying to find faults within you just to take you down. Like if a person does not like you, they'll do whatever it takes.
Yeah. Yeah, David is definitely a gentle giant. I know a lot of people who are like that actually.
Yeah,
Which is kind of cool. Like a lot of giants are like
A
real
lot of
gentle.
giants.
you even see that with dogs, like the big dogs, like they tend to be like calm, but then like yeah, like Chihuahuas, like those things are really
They're fucking
aggressive. They're
rude.
fucking aggressive.
Yeah. No, yeah. Being small, like real small.
You try to make up for this. Like,
The big.
you try to make up. You try to make up for like with your anger or whatever.
Attitude.
It's like a cool like pairing because I've always had friends who are like bigger than me,
Yeah.
and it's like we can fuck around, like they'll carry me and shit, and like we'll just like
Freak the mighty.
that like freak the mighty type of stuff. It's like cool. Like David, yeah. Whenever we like fuck around or some shit, it kind of feels like a giant, like a small guy or something. Or like when we were showing our asses and shit, and like yeah, stuff like that. It's fun. It's cool.
$10. Patreon.
It's kind of cool because knowing David's like
It's like Gandalf with the hobbits. Here goes another adventure.
another
I like to-
Hollowhead adventure.
Arms locked together.
I like to tell people. It's like my favorite thing to tell people is he's an inch taller than Robert Pattinson. He's an inch taller than Robert Pattinson. Yeah.
Yeah. It's cool knowing like that David didn't have
It's cool
any-
knowing a guy who's 6'2".
any siblings because I never had an older sibling,
Mhm.
but I've always wanted an older sibling.
Yeah.
And the first person I was ever like, yeah, dude, you're like my older sister was Issa
Mhm.
or Naru, and now it feels like another sibling almost.
Yeah, that happens.
Not Gabe though.
And Gabe,
Oh,
Gabe's,
close friend.
Gabe's definitely like a brother, but like
Gabe's cool.
I just never had like an older.
Hmm.
brother. But I think I'm older than you, huh? You're 2003, right?
Yeah.
I'm
In May.
2002.
Hearing those years.
Wait,
I'm
what year
2000,
what
2001 and 1997.
Oh, God damn.
1997, I think it was it. Yeah.
How do you deal with the age gap? Does it ever get to you or no?
I don't fucking notice until these assholes bring it up. Fucking when we first started
Yeah.
dating,
Oh,
it's a long time ago. Everybody knows.
We're not dating anymore.
No. Ladies,
But boys.
just because we hang out doesn't. No.
No.
Okay, anyway. I think like what when you first started dating, you're like,
When you were 17.
Oh.
Oh, no, when you were 18, I was 15. How does that feel?
and I would have like, I'd go from like super angry to super sad and just go like afterwards.
It's not even that big. I was 20 and he was 23.
But I really don't notice the age gap. To be honest, I don't think about age with these guys. It just feels like we're all the same age. Like I used to work at a bunch of places. The museum was one of them. I was the youngest out of like these two old dudes. One guy was like 50, the other one was 70. I felt like they were their age, like talking to them. I guess it just happens when you get comfortable. I guess I'm not sure.
Yeah. Because sometimes people are younger than they are or older than they are too.
I think we all meet in the same place, in age-wise.
We're pretty immature.
Yeah, we're pretty dumb. Like, I don't know.
Our heads are hollow.
Yeah, exactly.
That comes full circle.
It just feels fun. Like we can mess around and shit. Like yeah, it's true. Like I never think about age or like an age gap.
You never think about age?
Careful.
That's gonna be like a clip right there by itself.
You're walking a line.
It's an illusion.
That's how Hollowheads gets canceled. I don't even think about age.
I don't ask anybody for their age.
Bro, it's because there was a pause after that.
Yeah.
So like, no, I mean like, I don't think about the age gap like ever. Like it doesn't feel like there's an age gap again. Like David's not like so mature to the fact that we're like we can't talk to him.
Yeah.
But we're not so immature to the fact we're like
You can't have a conversation.
Yeah. So it's like it's kind of the same. We can slap each other in the ass and shit.
No, you can't.
Everyone keeps on touching my ass. I don't touch anyone else's.
It's because whenever he walks by in practice, everybody just goes, tuk, tuk,
Like
tuk.
smack it. Yeah.
Yeah, it's always David.
It's like baseball.
And if you're bending over,
Yeah, good game. Good game.
if you're
Yeah, like,
bending,
good game,
no,
good
if he's bending over, it's like,
You just have to. I mean, at that point, he's asking for it.
Vote. Cancel.
okay. In this podcast so far, it was. I don't think about age.
no.
He was asking for it. We're walking a really weird line.
Bro, it's because yesterday we had like a photo shoot unreleased.
Yeah.
And we have this photo where we're all standing around David and he's on all fours.
Wait, what?
Like he's on all fours.
Oh yeah.
And we have another photo where we're all around Gabe and Gabe's like on his knees.
Oh yeah, and you're giving him a cigarette like that.
Oh my god.
My flight was
That was
down.
my idea. That Bukaki would be funny. Bukaki.
It was fun.
And then when we were Martin and the guys were like, oh, if somebody was like, oh, you guys should show your butt. Like somebody should moon.
I
And
think
so
that
everybody was
was
like,
me.
everybody. And then I was like,
Everybody?
and they're like, oh, not Naru. And I was like, yeah, no. And
Because
then,
you're like a homie. Like we forget.
yeah, it's,
You're not a girl.
I feel like you guys forget that I'm a girl.
Yeah.
Nah, we don't forget your girl. Well, we forget like, no, I'm not gonna go anywhere with
You
this.
just don't see me as a girl.
No, we just see you as like a homie, like a best friend type of thing. Like,
Yeah, I never, because like I've usually like.
Okay,
hung
like
out
she'll
with
come up
girls.
to me and she'll start pinching my nipples.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
like and all that shit. And she'll just start attacking you like on your rib cage and shit and like all like on your ass, like slap your ass.
I
It's
just-
like I'm not gonna do it back, right? But
Yeah.
like, you know, like I can at least like pretend she's a homie or something.
I just get
Pretend.
her in a headlock.
He
Or, like,
attacks me.
I don't-
He's the only one that'll fight back, which I accept. I know what I'm getting myself
It's
into.
how I show my love. Violence.
It's like
Violent.
it's how I show my
That's how I was
love.
raised. Okay.
Oh,
Okay, no, we're not talking over here.
Here we go.
Mom.
Yeah, everybody's gonna get canceled here already. The longer we talk, the more problems come out. You just talk more now.
what? What's wrong?
What should I
Go
talk
ahead,
about?
Gabe. I got.
Go ahead,
I
Gabe.
got
Now it's your turn.
Gabe, say something, please.
Save us.
He goes. I don't care that she was in.
Honestly, Naru can eat it. No, I'm just kidding.
Let's see. Ask me a question. Because I can't think of anything.
What do you think? What do you think about the experience so far?
What was that?
What do you think about the experience so far with the podcast?
It's pretty fun.
Pretty fun?
Having a good time. I like the whole setup and everything.
Same. Well, it's your room. you better like the setup.
I really like this bed.
It's because if you're like a viewer and you haven't been part of the podcast, the setup is crazy. Like it's it's super professional.
Super professional.
Casting couch
Emphasis
shit.
on the
Yeah,
pro.
there's a casting couch setup.
Female. That's what my old like boss used to, because he only employed like guys, and then I was the first girl, and they would make inappropriate jokes, and he'd go female, and so I think it's like it rings in my head every time somebody's like, porn, dicks, and female.
Let's ask Gabe a question.
Yes.
Gabe, what's your favorite beer?
My favorite beer. I like Coronas, but
You're 19. No, you don't like Corona.
I'm 21, guys.
It's 21. This is this podcast from the future.
Yeah,
Yeah, this is.
I like Smirnoffs too. Tequila's pretty nice.
Do you like sweet beers then, or what? Or like
Does-
sweet drinks?
Does Red's Apple Ale count?
Yeah, it's a cider. It's a
I
red
think so,
cider.
cider.
It's pretty good.
That's a really sweet one too, compared to a lot I know. Wait to me.
It's something I can drink for a while.
I want to ask you a question.
Oh, go for it.
I don't know. I just feel like I should ask you a question since you're asking us questions.
Well, I have
Well,
a
I mean,
question.
Oh,
okay.
yeah, you
Are you
wanted
like
to.
a
You guys
sweet-
can take turns first.
Are you like a sweet or salty guy? Like I want.
It sounds like you're asking him about his kinks. So what do you like?
Well, I mean, he just asked that too,
You
but
like passionate or rough?
let's see. I think I prefer
Rough.
rough and salty. Now, it's a good question. I guess I would go towards more salts.
Salts.
Yeah.
That's cool. Like what? Like what? Like if you had to choose a snack.
Oh, a snack. Okay,
Like a
okay.
snack. Would you choose something sweet or something salty?
For a snack, I think it would be sweet, but like regular food's more salty.
Like what's your favorite
Like-
food or what?
Favorite food, like steak. It's just great. It's something simple and it's just great.
Good steak.
I don't think I've ever had.
You need to.
Yeah, we need to.
We're gonna go to Texas Longhorns or something.
We moved the pot. It cuts, and then
Yeah,
we're eating it.
we were eating there with the setup.
with the lights.
We're hoping. Nathaniel B, bro.
No.
I'm hoping to like. Well, we're hoping to play Tuesday at the Gremlin.
Mm-hmm.
We should just steak before or after or some shit.
That'd be cute.
You,
We can-
you want to join in or
I'll
what?
join in.
Yeah.
You just steak.
You're
definitely.
going to Tuesday, right? Next Tuesday.
Yeah, yeah.
Martin, you're paying, right?
You're invited.
I'll pay. I'll
Oh,
Everybody watch this podcast. No, I'm saying. Everybody's invited. Forget about the Gremlin. Just go to the steakhouse.
Steaks on the guy.
Steak dinner with the Hollowheads and Joe
Yeah,
Martin.
it's the meet and greet. It's the VIP experience
The
already.
VIP experience.
my dream is to sign like someone or some. No, just someone, not even something. I want to sign someone.
Oh,
That's my
we got to sign a shoe.
Yeah.
Oh, for real?
But David wasn't there.
He was working.
Yeah, he was working.
It was cool. The guy was like, I want to get like everybody who's in a band to sign it. It was
I
really
think,
cool.
I think his Instagram's like Acrolite or something.
Wait, no, it was Red. Oh, yeah.
Acrolite something. He's badass. He
Yeah.
just straight up came up to us. He was like, I'm trying to get people for bands to sign my shoe. And I thought it was a cool idea.
I was just saving up to sell it. I'm gonna be honest.
When we're
I'll
rich
say
and
that,
famous,
just
you
said
can
that.
sell it for a lot of money.
Don't
Definitely.
worry, I'm okay with it. Money's money.
It's
We're
like when
we're
you're
trying
a
to sell
kid
out.
and it's like the last day of 5th grade and you're like, sign my shirt and shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry, I
Have a good
forgot. You
side.
just reminded me because of school. But another reason I really wanted you in the band was because I knew how good you were at guitar before I heard you play like together, like a one-on-one. I heard you play at school. You were in the band hall. I think it was a band hall, and we were going into lunch. And you know how the band hall is right next to the lunch. There was like a line of people being like, "There's a guy in there playing guitar. He sounds so cool."
Yeah.
And there's
Shut
like,
the fuck up.
yeah, it was a group of girls and like a guy, and they were like listening, right? And then I was like, I think I know that guy. And so we were just like looking and peeking, and we were like waiting. It was just like right next to lunch, so we were lunch period. We were
Oh, I
like
didn't
goofing
even
off,
know that.
and we were just like playing. But I didn't even know you because they were like, I didn't even know we had guitars in school. Like, whoa, like, and they were like, it sounds so cool. And they were recording and everything.
Aw.
And then after the talent show, he was in a talent show.
Yeah.
And he won first place with his
Oh.
band. He started playing with his teeth. And so the teachers was like, ah. And I was like, whoa, okay, this
I
guy.
chipped my tooth that day, actually.
That was the day you chipped it? Oh. Yeah.
So this whole band was premeditated the whole time.
I was like,
She's making the
I was in the
authority.
corner.
Fate.
I was in the corner, like in the room. I know.
Yeah,
that
she's
guy.
like, haha.
No.
Yeah, it was cool. Well, I never knew that.
Yeah.
That makes me feel really cool and like people actually cared.
There was this girl
Makes
who was
me
like, I'm not into emo kids, but
Oh.
because he had like the haircut in high school, and she's like, he's like making me feel things, and I was like, okay, I know, I still talk to her, but I don't want to like. Say
I remember.
Pass the Instagram for him.
I remember a lot of people were scared of me in high school.
For reals?
And, yeah, I didn't know what I was like.
He was creepy.
Um,
You would stand around.
Yeah, I was like.
what's wrong with standing?
It's because I was like a kid who, I was coming from a middle school where I had friends, and then I moved to a high school where I knew nobody, and the only person I knew was my mom, the teacher.
His
Oh,
mom,
no.
it was like, you should meet my son. And we were just talking and the halls were empty. You should meet my son. And then we turn on and he's standing there.
Like
He's just like,
she would make me feel kind of awkward because she would like try to get me to find friends or whatever. And I remember I would eat lunch like for a whole year in my mom's room. So in every class I was on my own. And eventually I made a friend. And then that friend told me that a bunch of people were scared of me.
Oh.
And like I was like, oh, that sucks, because I would like I like to socialize with people. I like to
Yeah.
talk. I guess it's like, but I never want to be the first one to go up. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And that's how I was in high school. But a lot of people were just too scared to come up to me that I never knew.
he
people.
looked a little menacing. You were very quiet and just like,
Oh, no.
but I thought you were cool. I was like, yeah, like, I want him in the band. I want him in the band that I've
Yeah.
been making in my head since like middle school.
Bro, it was high school was weird. Fun fact: I was a varsity track when I was a freshman,
Yeah.
and I left that shit for school band, bro. And yeah, I left that shit for band, and like it was cool, it was good times. But low-key, I would have liked to know what it would be like if I ran, like if I just continued running.
You wouldn't be here.
Yeah.
wouldn't be here,
You wouldn't
that's
be here. You'd be running out right now.
We'd have a better guitar.
I'd be healthy.
I'd be a cooler guitar.
I'd be healthy and a good person.
Are you a bad person now?
No, I hope not. I hope people don't see me as a bad person. But whatever, that doesn't matter.
I feel like everybody here has really great personalities, and they all take care of me. Like being a girl when we go downtown, I wanted to make sure these guys weren't fucking creeps or like weirdos or like any type of like weird stuff going on ever. So
A lot of what we do revolves around Naru and Naru's like presence, I guess. Like
Yeah.
protection of the, like if we're around a crowd and she has somebody there that we know is like, oh fuck this person, like we'll just try to be there with her. Like we don't make the decisions for her as to if she wants to see that person or not, or like confront that person, but we're just there behind her back, like not behind her back, but we have her back.
You know, a random thought I had that I'm not sure it's ever been mentioned to you guys, but have you ever noticed like in bands, there's usually bands with like female lead and then a bunch of guys, but you never see bands where it's just one guy and then a bunch of girls around him.
that's I mean,
Because you see that with a lot of bands like Lost in Limbo, like even like with national bands, like you see that a lot where it's one female with a bunch of guys, but never like a guy by himself.
Bellflowers.
Yeah, I think
Bellflowers recently got Luis, I think.
Well,
No.
because it was Bellflowers, they're an all-girl band. Well, they were. And then the drummer, Micaela, she's our friend.
Cool girl.
She has a boyfriend who's also our friend named Luis. And he had to sub in for a show or something.
Yeah.
Because I think their lead singer like had an issue. I'm not sure. But I guess he's just permanently in there. So now it's like, now it's a band of a guy surrounded by...
There's your first.
I mean, I know the Blow Up Dolls also had the guy before. So like I'm sure there's like been like bands.
Yeah, but it just doesn't last, I
It doesn't
guess.
stick.
It doesn't stick.
I think Luis would be cool at Bellflowers.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's gonna stick. But like with the blow up dolls thing, like that type of stuff doesn't stick, I guess.
Maybe.
Yeah.
But like
Except for the doll itself.
I like having these guys around, especially like when we go downtown.
Yeah. David's beat up someone for you. David's done some cool shit.
Reals?
I feel like you guys would too.
Yeah,
like,
we
you guys,
will fight some guys.
Well,
for you.
They'll let David go
probably
first
lose.
and then they'll like back him up.
because
We'll put
There's
David
a-
in the front though.
there's this guy, my friend likes to be like, oh, shut up. He's like, I thought it was really cool how David was like, we were walking and this guy grabbed me. He's like, oh, come to my club. And then he's like, don't fucking touch her. And then like he got his hand and he was
No, yeah, there's some weirdos there in downtown where
they yank me when the guys are trying to talk to me that are like, hey girl, like what do you like, are you looking for somebody tonight? And they'd be like, nope. And they like take care of me like
That's
that.
what I was gonna say. That happened last time. I'm not sure what day it was when I was with the German, but there's this girl, this drunk girl walking around with one guy. Then like a bunch of guys got around her and like, hey, let's go over here. And she's like, oh yeah, let's go. I'm like, what the fuck?
Yeah, like when you get drunkies, it's like really hard to tell whenever someone has
Yeah.
bad intentions or not. So that's why I like going out.
No, it's great. That's good to have.
But that's the thing, I guess as like us being there for her,
Mhm.
it just like, cause if someone were to come up with her, I guess we won't automatically be like, hey,
Yeah.
unless we
You're like the dog already.
unless we can kind of tell that they're like kind of off or like trying to get to something.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I mean, I really love our dynamic as a band, just like as being friends even.
Mm-hmm.
It's like a small little family.
How small? Let me see.
Small.
Can it?
It's like
Can
the
you?
sad violin. But yeah, it's really cool. It's a great dynamic.
Yeah. Oh, David, what question were you gonna ask me real quick?
How do you keep your pants up when you perform?
Actually, I have a question for you.
Okay, go for it.
Would you ever want to perform, or would you ever want to do anything on stage?
That's a good question. I think I would. I think it's on my bucket list.
Like, what would you?
If
do?
anything, it would have to be until next year because I don't.
Oh, is it like a secret?
Ooh.
Okay, I don't want to say.
Fire eating. You can do
Because
that.
I was thinking like it would be cool as an idea if you had like a I don't want to say it out loud because it's my idea, but maybe the idea that I have is what you're gonna do.
Maybe. Oh, I didn't even think about that. No, like I thought like actual performing.
He's
Oh
gonna
no!
steal you.
I thought it would be cool if you had like a live Q&A thing.
That'd be
one day.
cool.
I think that would be fun. I should do like the Gremlin or something.
yeah, for open mic.
There is a TikTok. There is a TikTok where it's called what is it? TikTok. Outside podcast, and it's just these guys that sit outside and get random people on their podcast. It could be kind of like those cons, the conventions where they like have people go up there.
Yeah.
Yeah, there you go, Phantom.
I thought it was cool.
I'm not that important though.
If you like when you interview bands at the end, you can have them perform a little, like have a little video of them playing their favorite song or whatever, like at the end of your videos.
I do that.
Yeah,
you
he
do?
does
Yeah, I ask people for performances.
Really?
Like he'll put them in the beginning.
Really?
Yeah, I do that.
I didn't know. I've
Like it's
always
because first the Saha one.
Did y'all bring your
Yeah,
stuff?
first of all, I give it's
I
an
didn't
optional
know.
thing.
Cool.
So like whenever you try to like record an album or an EP and try to release it, I usually allow you guys to promote that stuff. So
That's
like a performance.
Cool. You're like a show, like a late night show host. You should do stand-up comedy.
You exposed me. So basically, my inspiration for the podcast is a mixture of late night shows as well as just like talking with people. So, because I don't want it too formal, but also want to like just to feel like a conversation with people.
Do you like David Letterman?
I was more of a fan. Of Conan O'Brien.
Conan O'Brien, he's cool.
No, just kidding.
I like Jimmy
David
Fallon.
Letterman's good too, though.
Conan O'Brien's like super tall as fuck, right?
Yeah,
He's
Oh,
badass.
yeah.
Ginger fuck.
He started SNL, right? He started in SNL or no?
I think so. He was in SNL
Most-
and
most
also,
late
also
night
in like The Simpsons and all that stuff.
Most late night hosts are in SNL, like Jimmy Fallon.
Jimmy Fallon?
I think, he did, and also I think Seth Meyers.
I don't know. Jeez.
Yeah, Seth Meyers too.
Oh,
But also like the newer guys, the older guys, those just like traditional stand up. But
We
yeah,
just
I thought
moved
about
on to
performing.
stand-up.
So yeah, I
That's
think
cool. I don't want to go deep into it. It's a secret.
Can I like close the mics or something?
what?
Do 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 do
Some guy told me it was
do 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 do. Do, do, do. Do, 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 do.
That's what said. There's rumors a lot.
We were talking really bad about this other band.
We're talking about
Back on the
Poptart.
record.
Do you like Pop-Tarts or no?
Yeah. So we were talking about one of the biggest bands here in the valley. If you know the biggest indie person, just any name, we're talking bad about
That's
them.
the
we're
person we're
talking
talking
about
about.
them.
We're
Yeah.
like this.
actually a real hardcore question.
Go for it. Ask me any hard questions.
Pop-Tart flavor, what's your favorite? No, I'm serious about this.
Yeah.
Oh, for reals.
Oh wait, can we all go along with? You go first.
Yeah, I will judge and I will berate.
I haven't ate Pop-Tarts in a while, to be honest. So,
Okay.
but the standard strawberries, it's the go-to. The
Frosting
standard.
or no
Respect.
frosting?
Ooh,
No frosting?
I think no frosting.
No
You
frosting?
can't go wrong with strawberry.
No, I really can't.
It's a very basic thing. That's why
I like.
I'm a basic person.
I guess.
Strawberry. I like the whole thing.
Well, frosting or
Frosting.
no frosting?
Frosting.
I'm a s'mores
Marsh
guy.
s'mores. Yes.
Yeah.
I will kill you.
Bro, the s'mores Pop Tarts.
No respect whatsoever.
Wait, what was your favorite?
I like strawberry, blueberry, fucking anything with like.
Anything with berries.
I believe Pop Tart should be a berry, fruit based dessert, but when it comes to chocolate,
you're one of
or
those guys.
s'mores, fuck no. It's chocolate's too heavy for my tummy.
Bro, but I like the fact that
Yeah,
like
see,
Pop Tart
it's-
can
Yeah, I
be
get
so like variety, like
don't-
with the like, with they had like a donut flavor, a milkshake flavor.
Oh, that doesn't sound
You're gonna
good.
fill it with
They
eggs
had like
next?
the Eggo flavor.
It sounds warm. I like it to sound cold. Like in my head, berries sound cold and chocolate sounds warm. But yeah, but I was gonna say, I totally forgot. Thanks. I forgot. Oh yeah, you don't ask people for their zodiac sign. You ask them for
The Pop-Tart flavor.
what Pop Tart.
Also, a big thing for me is texture, peanut butter, crunchy, creamy.
Oh
Yeah, I'm
Sometimes it
hardcore
depends.
about that. I stopped talking to some people for that.
Stop it.
I'm gonna be honest.
Uh,
I can dig both.
Yeah.
I like both.
I like the
I
Me
prefer
too.
country. There's like some texture to it. Yeah.
crunchy is my number one. I will not discuss anything.
Just as long as there's.
Okay,
peanut
what
butter.
about like orange juice?
Oh, no Pope.
Oh,
No
Pope.
Pope. No Pope.
What is that?
Like no.
The pulp, the like the stuff in it.
Yeah, no, I'm okay without it.
I don't mind it. I don't really care. Either one.
I need you to go with some. Like
Yeah.
there's like different standards. I need you to go with some.
Yeah, some is fine. Not like heavy. Like it's not even juice. It's just
Yeah, I
Do
like
you
a
guys put
little
your
bit
ketchup on the fries or on the side?
on.
I'll do on the side.
On the
ketchup
side.
on the fries.
I put them
It's
on the fries.
messy.
I'm gonna wash my hands afterwards.
This is what I used
Okay,
to
what-
ask on
okay, go
Twitch.
for
Wait, what's up?
No. What about cereals?
Oh,
I
cereal
could-
first,
Oh, I
obviously.
could go all day with cereal.
Like
Oh, like what
milk
fa-
first or cereal first?
It's cereal first, obviously.
Cereal first.
Cereal
Yeah.
first.
Anyone else is a second?
You put milk first.
What?
You put milk first.
Oh, he's for cereal.
I was like,
No. Cereal first.
This
There's
is
no-
over. We're leaving.
Interview done.
in here. It's done. Over cereals.
Bro, if we're talking about cereal flavor though. Ooh.
Cinnamon Toast Crunch.
Cinnamon Toast Crunch is a good
I think
one.
that's a good that's like strawberry of pop.
Bro, look, okay.
Yeah.
This might be controversial, but these two cereals are so fucking good. The first one is honeycomb,
Okay.
and the second one is special K strawberry. Special K
Special K
strawberry
strawberry.
goes so hard.
I don't understand why I love healthy cereals with the little dried fruits.
Bro,
that's my shit. Or the
yes.
oatmeal
Yeah,
granola.
yeah.
That's my favorite.
Those are so
There's some
good.
cereals from HEB like that like have fruits and like nuts in it. Like those are really good.
Those are really good. Or like granola based cereal.
Yeah.
I also
You feel
really
so
like the
healthy.
sugary cereal, like Fruit Loops and Fruity Pebbles. Fruity
Yeah.
Pebbles are so fucking good.
You're chill out. You wanna chill?
The Mexican like all saliva.
Bro, funny story. Once
You have to
I,
watch these things.
once I was at work and I came back from work and I was like all hungry. I didn't eat all day.
Yeah.
And I went to my girlfriend's house. She was like watching TikToks on her phone, and I was like watching with her, and she was watching like a TikTok about a fucking like juicy ass burger, and then like just out of nowhere, like you just see Drew on the phone, like, and I was fucking drooling
Oh my
for
god.
no reason. It was so stupid. Oh, it was so fucking funny.
It's okay.
On the topic of food, what would you want your last meal to be?
Oh fuck.
I've thought about that.
Panda Express. Orange chicken. Panda Express and honey mustard. Chow mein.
Almost raw lamb.
Almost raw lamb.
I've had an experience with it. Texas to Brazil. I was there with my family. So the way it works, there's a green sign. It means, hey, come to my table with the meat, and I can say yes or no how much I want. And then it's red. Don't come to my table. Mine was red. It
Yeah.
came to my table. And the guy's like, do you want some lamb? I'm like, I never had that before because I love trying new things. No matter
Yeah,
what it is, I will
definitely.
eat it. No matter how gross it looks. And I'm like, yeah, I'll take a slice. And he goes all the way to the bottom of like the little like meat piece. And he cuts off like the rawest looking like chunk. Throws it on my plate, blood splatters. My
That sounds delicious.
my family was
Ew.
like, are you gonna eat that shit? And I was like, I bit into it and I haven't been the same since. I'm gonna be honest.
It's like trying crack. No, wait, no. Was it meth?
Maybe.
Where you can't go back?
You shouldn't, but I did. And I can't
Yeah,
go
like
back.
you waste a lot of dopamine on that, and like you feel like the best, and you can never go back to it. So something like that. I did it like a lot of recent.
Borderline raw lamb, pretty much.
Oh, that's fucking crazy. I've never had anything that
You never had like sushi or like medium rare steaks or rare steaks?
I've had sushi, but I never ate the one with like raw fish.
Oh, that's the one I love. The raw fish.
And then with like steak, I'll get it like medium, like where it's still kind of pink,
Yeah.
but not like bloody.
I love the blood. Well, it's not even blood. It's something else. I forgot what they call it. It's like myoglobin. I, don't know what it's called.
Oh. Well, I guess my last meal, dude, I don't even eat.
No, he doesn't. It's like a problem right now.
Yeah, I want to eat. It's just like, no. I guess I'll get stuffed crust pizza, pepperoni, some chocolate dunkers. I'll make them make that for me, even though it's discontinued.
Don't have to prep it all.
Fuck, maybe a steak
Yeah.
and like a tres leches cake
Oh.
with water. Well, yeah.
Yeah. It's a whole meal. He went from I don't want to eat anything to like a whole.
Well, I don't know. I don't really have a. And they start drooling.
What about you, Gabe?
Probably a super big steak with some mashed potatoes and maybe a bowl of fruit
Yeah, that sounds good.
and a cigarette.
Cigarette.
Good.
Oh, cigarettes after food?
It sounds like the food pyramid.
It's the best.
Yeah, that's his food pyramid.
The
What about yours? You haven't said yours yet.
Who?
Yours.
Oh, so there's this barbecue place. I'm not gonna say where because the last time I recommended a restaurant, like everybody started showing up there. So like I don't want people.
Well,
I
can
don't
you
want
tell us afterwards?
Yeah. Okay, so the first spot was the Yakuse in McAllen. That place, like, I can't go there as much because some of the people I need to be friends with, they keep going there. I'm like, damn it.
Bro, is that the ramen place?
Yes,
with sushi?
it's
Is it really good?
it's worth it.
I've been wanting to go.
We should go there too. It's great. Okay, so there's this barbecue place somewhere in the valley, and it has like some of the best barbecue I tasted. Like I've been to like different restaurants here, and nothing beats that place. So it would be, I guess, like a quarter pound of, or not a quarter pound, like a little bit of a brisket. Their pulled pork, their pork ribs are really good, and their mom, like the owner's mom, she makes like these tortillas that are really, 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 really good. Like she makes them out of the leftover beef fat, and those things are so tasty. Like,
Dude, that sounds good as fuck.
it's not healthy at all, but it's great, but it tastes so good.
Most Mexican foods aren't.
So that would be like your,
Yeah, just a bunch of meat.
like, how about when you're old? Like, let's say we're all old, right? And we're about to like pass on. What's the last thing that you would want to do? Or like say, the last thing you would want to say, your last
Oh,
word.
that's a good question.
My name, Jeff.
Like the frog from Shrek.
Yeah.
The problem is,
I have like $15,000 buried in.
bro, my grandpa's
Banana.
dad did that to him.
Did he actually? Or we
Yeah,
just,
like my grandpa, he was all like, when my dad passed away, he said he had hidden a lot of money in his like house or his RV or whatever, and like they spent some time searching for it, but they're like, oh, he probably lied.
I would do something like that probably.
I would like to shout out Patty's.
Oh, that food is so good. It's like basically
That's really good.
it's just tacos. Like it's like harina. What is it? Flour tacos.
Yeah, I already know.
They're very simple
Breakfast.
tacos.
Very
Like, you
simple.
can make them yourself.
Yeah,
and
it's
shit.
ham and egg, right?
Yeah.
We
something
drove
about it.
24 hours from Wisconsin to make sure we got here in the morning to have her
Oh,
like
wow.
tacos, and then we go from McAllen to buttfuck Edinburgh and like get
We
some.
go like 3 and 4 in the morning.
Yeah,
'cause, like that's when she opens up.
Yeah,
Oh shit.
she opens like at 2. Like she's like there all day.
Barbacoa.
Oh, so good.
Papa la Mexicana, Huevo la Mexicana. I love drenching that shit in the salsa.
Sauce is really
Yeah, I
special.
Yeah.
love spicy shit. So that's kind of like our secret hangout, but no one knows where it's really at because it's like far out
And
there.
we won't tell you.
No, I don't. Because then the people start showing up. It's like, oh,
Nah, it's like in deep Edinburgh. They don't even have a location. Like it's like a little truck.
oh okay.
It's like RV, yeah.
Do you know what Phoenix Bakery?
No.
Do you know what that is?
No.
Bro, since we're gonna shout out little shit like that, like those small businesses, that they have the fucking best
How
chocolate
passionate
donuts.
you give.
My whole, I remember I would go because it was on my way to my elementary when I was a kid. So we would always get donuts from there, and like sometimes we still do, but it's like it's because like oh, like the bread doesn't even taste like bread. It tastes like so heavenly, and then like the chocolate frosting that they put
He's
on
drooling.
that donut,
Yeah.
I'm kidding.
it's not like like a regular chocolate frosting. It's like homemade or some shit.
Yeah, it's
And they-
from scratch. Yeah.
And they like, I don't even know what it is.
It's like marked down all these places.
Bro,
We'll
it-
talk about it after the podcast.
Yeah, El Phoenix Bakery, best fucking donuts. But they're only open from like 7 to 12 or 7 to 10.
Yeah.
Music
Super
tour. We're
early.
having a food tour.
Well, yeah, fuck the music tour. Let's do food.
Yeah, let's just do a food
Man
tour.
versus
should
food.
Should we talk about that?
Oh yeah. Oh, can we talk about that?
Go for it. Bring it up.
I'm not sure if it'll be out
Yeah.
by the time, but at the last week of September, we're doing a little mini tour with Honey Rot. Thank you, Honey,
Honey Roch, and then we also have Chulita Vinyl Club doing it at the Gremlin. I think they're also doing it in Laredo. So on the 29th, 30th, and on the 1st, it's going to be the 29th is going to be in Laredo with Chulita Vinyl Club and Honey Rot and Hollowheads, and then the Gremlin on the 30th with the same lineup. And then I don't know if this is still up in the air or not, but it may be SPI.
Okay.
Maybe.
We're definitely beach type music for sure. We're definitely beach type music for sure.
Oh yeah, Super Surfer.
A bunch of emos at the beach.
We have one song that's
So
You know, I have another question.
Huh?
I don't know.
When you
Oh,
go,
go for it.
when you go to the beach and you're like on the sand. Okay, because this might be weird, but personally,
Mm,
I wear my shoes to the beach. Do you wear shoes or you wear sandals?
I wear sandals or go barefoot.
yeah, barefoot's better.
If I'm not gonna get in the water, I'll wear shoes.
Straight up.
Let the dogs
So
out.
weird.
But even if I do get in the water, I'll wear shoes.
But like when the sand gets in your shoes or grind up your feet, like you'll end up like super raw. No, you get
No.
blisters and shit.
Hell no. Well, not for me.
I'm sensitive. I'm a little baby.
Oh, the smallest little baby.
Look how look how
Put the
puny I am.
dogs away.
Put the dogs away. Joe Martin with the dogs.
No, yeah, no shoes, just
No
sandals.
shoes.
It just makes no sense to.
It's because like I hate showing my feet. I hate it. There's
Oh.
nothing wrong.
Don't
with
you have
them. I just hate them.
What? What?
What?
You gonna say something about his feet?
I remember the one time you took
I
off
know
your
where I was
socks
going.
'cause it was so sweaty and hot, like outside. As soon as you took them out, Naru just got on the floor and started like. licking
That's
your
not
shit.
true. Okay, he's just making. Obviously, no. It's like you can't tell when we're playing or not sometimes. So I'm like worried that like, cause like, you'll what's up?
No, I was gonna say, Gabe, what did I tell you at Roosevelt's about the ashtray and beer
Oh,
turning into Play-Doh?
and then he would
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I was like
when I was a kid.
when I was a kid, I drank beer at an early age, and for fun, what I do is that like I see an ashtray full of cigarette butts, and I pour beer in it and like pedestal mortar it, so like you know all the ash and like shit comes out, and I'll take out the cigarette butts, and I'll keep on like doing that shit until it's like Play-Doh, like brown gray Play-Doh, and take bites out of it.
And
Oh,
Gabe was like, "What?" No, he was.
I was super surprised. I believed him for a while.
Man.
Yeah.
Would you try to do that? Would you for like 100, 500 bucks? Would you do that?
500, I do anything.
Yeah.
I think we're too sarcastic
anything.
though.
I'll take a couple
when
bites.
We joke around. We're too sarcastic. You can't tell. Like,
Yeah.
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 Yeah, but still, it's fun. Like you mess around like that.
You think fetishes are bad?
Okay.
It depends what kind of fetishes.
Like, or let's.
Let Joe ask the questions. You come up with the weirdest one.
Okay, well, okay, fine.
Tickling feet.
You think feet is a weird fetish, or do you think it's a normal fetish?
Don't you?
I think it's so common, so I don't think it's weird.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, there's like this part of your brain supposedly like it's like sex and fetus. No, it's like it's supposedly it's part like it's like a science thing. Like feet fetishes, foot fetishes are like common.
I think yeah, it's so common that
Yeah.
I can say like at least 10 people off the top of my head that have that shit.
I do it.
I'm
The
not gonna
biggest two,
count
like,
out.
is like Quentin Tarantino and then like the guy from Nickelodeon.
Dan
Yeah.
Dan. No, Dan, not Dan Harmon. The Dan Schneider.
Nice Schneider. So like those are like the top two. I mean, so it's really
It's
common,
because,
probably
look,
prevalent.
The way I see it.
No, please.
No. The way I see it is
They
like,
look so good.
like with my girlfriend, right?
Yeah.
I'm about to expose myself.
Go
so
for it.
much. But might as well just put it out there. right?
Yeah.
I always hated feet
Mhm.
my whole life. And then I met my girlfriend.
Mhm.
And then we like, and then we like, you know, we got to know each other.
Yeah.
And we got, and like, I fell in love with her to the point where I could love anything about her.
Yeah.
And like, I love like her whole body to a whole. But like, I like her feet. Like, but
But,
then,
like, what about like is like the shape of it? Or?
it's just that it's her. Like it's just
Yeah,
that it's part of her that I'm like, that I love her.
That's beautiful.
like it's not that like I'm like feed.
Yeah.
It's just that I'm like it's. It's just that I'm
The
like.
fact that we have the headphones.
Start clicking this.
It's just that I'm like, damn, I fucking love this woman. I love everything about her.
Shout out, Caro.
Like,
Mwah.
yeah, Carolina Science.
Yeah, why were you hiding her this whole time?
Because everybody knows that I'm always with her. Literally, you'll always see me with her. But yeah, like I just fell in love with her whole everything.
So like when she's taking a foot bath, like it has no effect on you, does it?
Well, like when we hang out, like in her room or in my room, like sometimes she's just barefoot, and it's not like it doesn't have no effect on me.
Yeah.
It's not like I'm gonna be like.
That's not what she tells me.
Well, you gotta put
It's like
socks
the
on them.
poodles, like saliva.
You gotta put some. You go.
It's more just
Why are
like.
you gripping the mic? Like you shaved it. It's like it's dead now.
Dude, I see some spittle. It's glistening.
This has probably been one of the best podcasts.
But it's just like one of those things that if you're getting it on,
Okay.
then it's like why not include that in part of it? Huh?
Yeah.
But if I have them like right here, why is there no reason?
I mean, at that point, you just might as well kiss him.
Go for it.
Yeah, why
Exactly.
not?
Like why
Don't
not?
encourage this
I
kind of
will.
behavior.
It's beautiful. He loves something about his woman.
Exactly.
I think that's beautiful.
I am very jealous of that. I'm gonna be honest.
I could kiss her in the knee for all I care, bro.
Not
Yeah.
the knee.
The back of the knee.
So like whenever people say like that they have that, like I just like for me I wouldn't say it was like with everybody. Or
Mhm.
It's
I
just
can't
with
wait
her.
to tell her, message her, hey, guess what we talked about?
It's
Yeah,
Watch the
this is like
video.
all online.
It's just with her.
And
So
we
it's
talked about her
like
feet.
I can't say like I have the fetish, but I
Yeah,
can
but
say,
you can understand.
I have
but I
a
can
Carolina
indulge.
foot
Definitely.
fetish.
yeah. Unless it's like that guy from Nickelodeon that all he wanted was feet.
Yeah,
Catch up on toes and shit.
we're gonna have a podcast dedicated to feet.
It's the camera, but it's only our
It's just the
toes.
camera shot.
Well, you
every
know what?
Just
Low key,
moving.
because they say that like what grounds a human being to the earth energy is their feet and shit. And God worship like people's
All
like
right.
Jesus.
Yeah.
You're trying
The
to
whole-
like
what-
justify your foot
The
fetish.
whole
now.
the whole washing of the feet and all that stuff with
Yeah.
perfumes. Yeah,
Yeah. It's like appreciation.
yeah.
I'm so glad we got into that. Really glad.
Same.
Anyway.
It's one of the best topics I had on the podcast.
Oh, I was gonna say like
See, people talk about feet, and butts, and boobs, and dicks, but I'm more of an armpit man. Nah.
yeah,
Bro,
no.
Caro, my girlfriend, she loves my armpit.
Has you explained like what it is, like the form of it, the shape of it, or?
She low key, she just says it's like.
You're the best interviewer. You're not judging at all.
not.
Like
Yeah.
there's
I want to get
zero
deeper to it. I want to
She,
understand why.
she just says that it's like because
Don't
it's-
expose.
It smells like me. Like it doesn't smell. It's just she just says like my human smell.
Yeah.
Or like my natural smell or hormone. Yeah, pheromones.
The pheromones.
That she likes it and like it just like she just likes it.
A question I used to ask in the when I used to do Twitch a lot was like when you go to the restroom and you do number 2 when you wipe, do you look at it every time you wipe or no? Because some people
Yeah.
were like, I don't look at it.
I
have to
do
look
just to
at
make
it.
sure like, hey, is
You have to look
everything
at it.
functioning or not?
Exactly. You have to.
but it can still be there.
Feel it. How much? Do you,
No, it also depends like on the color of it.
Yeah, that's also like how you tell
Health.
your health. Yeah,
Yeah.
you see blood. I mean,
they'd be like, ow, I just like feel that it's like fine, or they'll be like, oh, it just feels right, and then they're like, born to shit, forced to wipe. That's what they would say the whole time.
I mean, to an extent, right? I mean, the caveman didn't wipe his ass.
yeah,
You don't know that.
Bro, it's because I learned a way
Did the caveman
that I
told
can
you that?
poop
Tell you
and
that?
Yeah.
I don't have to wipe.
because there's like
Sometimes
people always
that
argue about it,
happens.
like whether you use toilet paper, wipes, or the bidet or whatever
Or
it's called.
bidet.
Yeah.
we
I've
should
tried
buy
a
a
bidet
bidet.
before.
How was it?
It was fucking cool. Bro, it's like it catches you surprise because it actually goes in your asshole.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
it just feels like
Like
refreshing.
douching? I'm kidding, no.
Douching's when you clean it, right?
Doesn't it shoot water up there?
It shoots up water.
Yeah, it shoots up
right?
water, yeah.
But it feels like low key, like refreshing.
I need to try. I need to try it before I die.
You go out.
Let's get the
Suppose-
manguera.
Like something people say all the time is like if you have shit on your arm, you're not just gonna wipe it off with like a napkin. You're gonna wash
You're
it.
gonna wash it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's like and like there's some people who do sunning. You know what sunning is? Where like they do a tan. on their body, but they do it on their asshole. Like they pick up their legs to the sun and they just.
I never heard of that one, but
It sounds like yoga. Yoga people. I
yeah.
mean, not hating. I'm just saying, like, it sounds like it's definitely up their alley. Up their
Yeah.
alley.
It's because a lot of people say that like the dirtiest part is your asshole and like colon cancer and all that shit. So like the more you clean it and protect it, it's the better. Like, like you know, when you're in the shower, you wash your ass.
Yeah.
Or do you?
Do you?
Or do you?
That's the next question. Of like, do you wash your ass?
Oh yeah, so I learned a way how to take a shit and not like how to wipe my ass.
Go for it.
Let's continue.
Right on top
Like,
about topics.
I learned a way how to take a shit and not wipe my ass.
Yeah.
Like you're in the toilet, and you're like you want to take a shit. If you spread your cheeks, as, like
Sounds like a lot of work.
bro, legit. Like if you like at least spread them a lot, like the bow would just do its own shit.
Martin,
bro.
you're gonna break that microphone. You like.
And
Taking this from you.
He's gonna look
It's like
like
Ben.
he's gonna look
It's
like the
like-
pregnant women
do
when
you
they
see
put their
that?
legs, spread their legs
Do
open.
you see how he grip?
What?
How he like grips it?
Yeah, I saw. It's alright. It's foam.
No, but it's just like
Yeah.
her feet.
Her
It's
feet.
like you don't have to wipe. Like if you wipe,
It's like
like
a sponge
no,
already.
it will not be brown if you wipe. It will just be paper again,
Yeah.
and then you can recycle it. Don't wipe with the same
So are you a wipes person or a toilet paper?
toilet paper.
You have to do both.
I do wipes.
Because
What?
well, wipes
I do
just like
wipes.
spread it out.
I just heard that wipes gives you hemorrhages, so I never use one.
I use both.
Or like,
If your fingers in your ass, you're gonna get a hemorrhage anyway.
or no, like it gives you a pimple in your butt.
Does that mean you like? Never mind.
What's wrong with that?
No, nothing.
Have you ever tried putting anything up your butthole?
No,
Like, be
that
honest.
scares me. That's scary to me.
Sometimes. I think I tried it like once, and then I got really uncomfortable as soon as like
Real experiment.
it touched it. I was like, I don't like it. And then, yeah, that was it.
Have you ever done it, Gabe? Don't lie.
I never shoved anything up my ass.
Yeah. It's
Not
not true.
sure,
Like,
I-
what if something happens? I'm like,
What if it goes too far in and it gets
yeah,
stuck?
it gets stuck. And then you have to go to the
Huh?
hospital. Like, explain to the doctors. Like, hey,
When we're practicing, when I saw you get off the stool, I saw like the little drumstick turtle heading out of your ass. Fuck you mean? I see
Bro,
it. I
like
know
the
you're-
metal rod from the stool. Like,
there was no stool.
Yes.
I have a video where I'm trying to sit down and it's just the metal, but it's because his seat fell off. Like his seat fell off, so there was only like the thing. But I was just looking at him. He's like, "Oh, sometimes it falls out." How do you know?
I fixed it.
Sure.
Nah, who knows? Butthole stuff is scary. It's because I remember being in 7th grade.
Oh,
Oh,
And like, I don't know if you ever knew Leafy is here.
Yeah, yeah,
He
yeah.
was like a YouTuber. He had this video where he was like playing some, I don't know, fucking Overwatch or some shit. And he was talking about this guy, like this angry vegan guy. Like he would react to that shit. And the vegan guy was talking about how he shoves stuff up his asshole, but not in a gay way.
yeah.
Because the guy, like male G-spot is in the butthole. So you know how like a girl has a G-spot? And like if you focus on the G-spot, it feels really good.
Yeah.
Well, for the guy, our G-spot is up our butt. So like if you put something up your butt, you're gonna feel real good. So
That's like the best way to justify like you trying to you're being closeted or something. Like, oh no. It's just the G spots right there. So I mean, I have to.
I'd like to make a PSA announcement, just a personal one for myself. Girls, I do not want to be pegged.
oh yeah.
Please stop trying to shove shit up my ass. I'm so tired.
I think there's been like 2 girls that have gone up to me and they're like, "I want to peg him." I'm like, "Go for it."
Guys too. There's the little demon one would like fight me on that shit, like fist fight me. Just please stop. That is all. Thank you.
You heard it here.
You heard it here first.
Don't peg Dave.
So yeah, I was just
Hashtag don't peg the.
don't have
That should be. I'm gonna post like without context, like
Yeah.
about the interview, be like, "Don't peg David."
I just
Yeah.
always found it interesting, like that our G-spot is up our ass. So,
Did you try anything?
No, like no.
I feel like you've been asking
I
really
guess, like,
aggressively.
Yeah, he's been going on about it for a while. So
I'm gonna go through life without knowing what the G-spot feels like.
Oh, you don't know.
I can help.
I'd get Caro to peg me instead or something.
Would you let her?
Just like get you drunk up.
So so you don't love her.
I can't.
Could you imagine this whole time your camera wasn't filming?
I know.
Do you ever worry about that?
That happened once recently.
Oh,
It happened with I was interviewing the guy from Mayberry, Stev, and well, like for some reason, like I had like this bad feeling that it wasn't recording. I'm like, I need to go check. I told him like I need to check because I have this paranoia. I go check and then like the camera wasn't on. I'm like, oh no.
oh my god.
And good thing we were going on for like 20 minutes, so it wasn't too bad. But still, I'm like,
How much do you edit the podcast? Like, how much do you edit everything?
Okay,
or do you
so-
just like let it run through?
I let it run. The only times I do like edit out something is if like let's say like they go to the restroom and it's only like one person. Like if it's multiple people, I'll keep it going. But it's one person, like I have to cut it out because there's no
And
conversation.
you're just sitting there like
Yeah, it's
elevator music.
Or
Why don't you? We could take the whole setup to the restroom.
Under the door.
under the door. And only in a few occasions do I edit out like whatever we have in the podcast. I leave it in. I don't try to like edit out because
Wow.
it's too much work. But there's one time I did have to edit it out and I forgot to, and it was like involving like big drama.
Oh shit!
And I got lucky that one of my friends, like he's usually like a bat, so like at night he's active, but at morning he's asleep. This for whatever reason, this person was active during the day. He saw the podcast when it uploaded,
Thank God.
and he told me, like, "Dude, like you didn't edit this part out." I'm like, "Oh shit!"
So did you take it down?
I had to take it down. But good thing only like 4 or 5 people saw it.
Oh.
So whoever saw, like they saw like the drama, but like
Shit. Was that like old drama though, or is it still drama?
it's still relevant.
Oh. Hey, tell us. I was thinking.
Ooh,
I'll let you know.
I hope that like the Hollowheads never get into, because we're probably gonna get into
No.
drama at one point.
I mean,
At some yeah, you kind of. But no
Yeah.
matter how much you try, eventually it's gonna happen.
I just hope it's not super bad.
no, that's why I was saying earlier that like I made sure you guys weren't dickheads. Like you guys weren't creeps. You guys have never done anything weird, and like I like trust that you guys won't do anything weird.
So she's okay with your foot fetish. She doesn't find it weird.
That actually is the first time I ever heard of it.
She approves of it. Don't worry.
Well, yeah, no, yeah, Gato told me before.
Yeah, I would think so.
I'm kidding.
It's because God would say that she feels good that like
Oh, okay. No, that's
no, like that I'm appreciating her body, bro.
Yeah.
Chill out. She's my goddess, bro.
he reminds me a lot of Murdoch from the Gorillas. We're gonna dress up as the Gorillas for Halloween.
For reals? Supposedly, yeah.
For a show.
And then
People have been telling me to dress up as Narwhal.
Narwhal.
you should do it
Yeah, we're-
for Halloween.
A lot of people have been telling me, like, you're basically the Narwhal of the Valley. I'm like, I heard it so many times at this point. I'm, you know what? Might as well dress up as him.
It'd be cool.
What do you know about me that I don't know?
I know that your face is so similar to Derek. It scares me.
Derek?
Floridas?
Derek Flores?
Yes.
Who
It
is that?
scares me.
That's my cousin.
Oh, wait, shoot. Look at his face. Doesn't that remind you of Derek?
He does, yeah.
That's why, like, it scares me.
Probably a handsome man.
He is.
Oh,
So are you.
Checking out your-
you guys want to step out of the room?
That's why whenever I look at him, like, it's just like, what the f-?
I've never seen him. Can I see a picture?
Yeah, I'll show you a picture real quick.
I've been told I look like a bunch of people. There's even people who are like, I've seen you before. I'm like, no, you haven't, because I've never seen you.
There's this really popular one that used to be popular, and he loves it. And please remind him every time you see him. It's Machine Gun Kelly.
Okay, I've heard Machine Gun Kelly. Pete Davidson for no fucking reason.
You don't look like me.
Thank you.
Which picture should it go with? That one or which one? Just he has other pictures.
One time, big girl.
Like that one right there, I guess.
Sounds pretty good.
Let me see.
Bro, I can't see it.
It's just a little bit of the face. Like you kind of have it.
I think it's the cheeks, no?
Yeah, I think it's the cheeks.
Oh.
Like his hair.
You would get along.
Yeah, you guys would get along.
I think it's like
The cheek. Yeah, this. Yeah.
We'd get along because we look alike.
You start making out as soon as you see him.
That's why I'll keep looking at him. Like every time I look at him, I'm like, oh god.
How do you know him or what?
So we started talking in December. Actually, it was on Christmas, and I don't know how. Like I just started following him because of the music stuff, whatever. And we just started talking, and then he was saying like, "Hey, you should do a podcast, whatever." Because we're talking about like the music stuff, and like, well, I'm actually already planning to do that. Like, well, you should have me on whenever you start it. So he was my second guest.
word.
And ever since then, like he started introducing me to the music scene, and like he has like very strong opinions about certain people, and it's helped me like avoid certain people. I'm like, okay, I know not to talk with that person because I know how they are, and
Yeah.
yeah, he's been helpful.
I have a question for you.
Yeah,
Since you like have a podcast and you like ask questions,
Mhm.
are you someone who questions a lot of things?
yes. Sometimes it was born out of curiosity at 1st, but then sometimes it can, like at the worst part of it, it could become paranoia, where I start questioning people. And it's not that I'm crazy; it's just that I have had trust issues with certain people.
I get you.
Same thing with like either relationships or some of my own friends or people I used to call my friends. So sometimes it does, at its worst, it becomes me questioning people, like, what are we actually doing?
Yeah.
What are we?
That. Well, what are we?
Yeah. So that's the worst aspects of it. But like out of the positive aspects, it's this podcast where I get to talk to people because I love talking with people and getting to know them, why people are the way they are and why they act the way they are.
I think it's cool. I think a lot of people question a lot of stuff. I think it's just like the human condition. We're always like wanting to know the answers or like questioning shit. And one of these guys that I watch on YouTube, I watch entertain. I watch a bunch of like spiritual stuff.
He's a Sigma.
But this guy said you're not really free until you know that you don't know.
Yeah.
Does that make sense? Because like it's like you could spend forever and ever and ever and ever, and you can. It's like kind of like if you have a block of cheese and you cut it in half, and then you look at both of these blocks and you cut both of them in half. It's like the same thing with thoughts. You're just always cutting.
I forget who said that. Like the only thing I know for certain is that I know nothing. Yeah.
I was definitely gonna say that. Yeah.
And it's like you don't know. I mean, you know when you don't know.
Or like Plato's allegory for the cave.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's kind of the same thing.
It's the same thing.
Lives in a cave. He sees only shadows, but he's never seen them, so he doesn't really know what they are.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It's like
your own mind is your own world. You can't perceive what everything else is.
And it's true. It's like
because even if you did, I think you would go crazy. With our senses, like when it comes to like let's say when you're like in the high expressway, like you pay attention to every single detail, like all the cars passing by.
Yeah,
you would go crazy.
Yeah,
probably be. Well, that's probably. Well, who knows? Maybe it's like a higher consciousness. It's like, you know how they say God is omnipresent, which means he's just everywhere all the time.
Yeah, but for our human minds, I think we would go crazy. Like if we paid attention to every single detail, every single person, we would just.
It's just a human condition.
I'm gonna plug my favorite book, the only book that I ever read. I tell Naru about it all the time. John Dies at the End. It's like existential, like horror / comedy / like depressing book, and there's a part where he's like on drugs and he's like, no one will ever know whatever you're feeling at that moment. That's just your choice. That like how you see the world. That's just all you. That's not how the world is, because the way you perceive the world is like all in your head. You're never going to actually perceive it, because even on Earth, like that's a lot to perceive, but there's more than that. Like, you know, zoom out, we're not even a speck. We're just like a void, like an abyss of like, what do you call it? Chaos, but like in that scientific word, entropy. There you go. And so like to say that like the world is a certain way, that's not actually, you know, like your opinions, everything. That's not true. That's just all what you think.
It's like
or like
that always makes me think of like reincarnation and stuff, because it's like there's this theory where what we truly are is like adventurers, and we're from a source, and you come into this world and you experience it, and sometimes you have a lesson to learn, so you keep going round and round till you learn the lesson, but then eventually you go back home, and then they tell you like, okay, you're not gonna be here forever because you have to go out and adventure into a different universe, and
you're making her cry.
Experience all this other stuff.
It sounds very Adventure Timey. I kind of like that.
So it's like, it's like some people say that we're like truly in essence, we're just adventurers, and like we're always just wanting to know stuff. And it's like, oh, you know what? After this life, maybe next I'll be like a piece of grass, or like after this I'll be like some fucking plant in like a different universe or something. Who knows? I don't know.
No, yeah, I agree. Like even like I guess for me it's just like the understanding psychology. Like that's always been an interest of mine.
Yeah, it's just like there's extremes to everything.
Yeah.
The spectrum is not even a line. It's like a big circle, I guess. So you can really fall in any sort of like not specific school of thought, but you can fall anywhere like in between or directly on. Like there's millions of ways of thinking how life is.
Yeah.
Like, you know.
Oh, sorry. These are yours.
Huh?
These are yours, and I'm like putting it.
It's fun because there's something I forgot what it's called. Like when the closer the mic is, like it makes it sound your voice sound deeper.
Oh yeah.
So for a moment, it's like really really deep.
For a second, you were cool.
For a second.
I'm cool. No, I can't do that shit.
But yeah.
It's
Oh, it's called. I think it's called the proximity effect.
If you had, well, okay, let's say we come back.
Mm-hmm.
What would you want to come back as?
As
Your
like,
mom. Oh,
I
sorry.
heard. That's why we have these headphones so we can hear from far away.
I was like your mom. Sorry.
What would I want to come back as? I don't know. I don't know what I would want to come back as.
Or like, what would you?
I'd want to be a cloud.
Cloud is nice.
Just hanging out, you know. Sometimes you piss or cry, whatever you want to think of it.
I would want to come back as a foot.
So Martin could show
Toe
me how to
fungus.
Yes.
Gato's foot specifically.
Yeah. I think I would want to be a cat,
Cat.
a kitty cat, or like either the cat or the sky.
It's like that Slaughter Beach song. Maybe when I die, was it? If I get lucky, God will bring me back as your cat.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I heard a story about that once. That this
Mm.
girl, she lost her dad, and that she met this like psychic reader or whatever, and like a medium. Yeah,
Yeah.
like a medium. And that the lady told the girl like, did you recently like lose your dad? And she was like, yeah, I
Mm.
did. How'd you know? And she was like, did you recently get like a new cat?
Mm-hmm.
And she was like, yeah, I did. And she was like, yeah, your dad is your cat.
That's a weird way of saying your dad turned into a pussy.
So like,
It's a fucking pussy.
so she says like that. Well, she was saying that like now every time she sees her cat, she's like, oh, it's my dad.
So
What's up, Dad?
What's up, Dad?
You can't. I wouldn't be able to change in front of my animal, like my pet anymore. Like you can't change.
Yeah,
it,
right. And sometimes I look at my cat, and
Oh,
I'm just like, oh,
Grandma?
Grandma?
Yeah, maybe.
Oh yeah, your grandma.
Maybe. But like,
Are you gonna see her today?
Yeah. Well, actually, I was supposed to leave early. Sorry.
Oh, I'm sorry about
but
that.
no, I don't want to cut it short.
Okay, I appreciate it. I'm sorry.
But yeah, sometimes I just think like, damn, because they say cats.
Would you be comfortable with knowing like your family member turned to a cat?
Yeah.
No.
I think it would be. Honestly, it would be cool for me because it makes me feel like, in my heart, the one thing I wish I could do was protect everyone I love.
Mm-hmm.
And I look at my brother a lot. I might start to cry. I look at my brother all the time, and I wish to God that he never had to go through anything really hard in his life, and I hope he doesn't. But I wish I could protect him from that.
Mm-hmm.
And like, I feel like there's so much more you can do from beyond. I'm not gonna do nothing to go beyond or whatever.
They're
Right?
haunting them.
But like
I would haunt you.
like the cat theory, where like they believe that cats are protectors of the astral plane or whatever. Like Egyptians used to think that, and like people still do now. Like if I was a cat, I would come back for my family and like just do as much as I could.
I think a bird is like better.
An eagle.
Let me go.
Oh shit. Fucking, I was gonna say if like any of my family members became like one of my cats, I wouldn't. I think I'd just treat them like a cat, like anyway. And be like,
Just toss them outside.
little fucker.
Yeah.
I guess I gotta keep him.
Yeah. Guess so.
I just treat him like a cat. Like, hey, if you walk into me naked, that's your fault.
Oh.
Man. You didn't knock. You didn't call the door. But, I don't know. It's hard for me to like personify. No, like it's not hard for me to personify an animal, but like personifying
it.
an animal with your like your relative.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, they're definitely not your relative. It's like it's not like it's your grandma thinking inside of there.
Oh.
It's probably just like it's the same energy that, or like the same soul. You know what I mean? So it's like
That will be my big photo.
that you can like, you know how you can like there's past life regression. You can remember your past lives through like hypnosis and stuff like that. It's like that where like the cat doesn't know what it was, but it just has that knowing from a past life, or that energy from a past life. That like, cause you know they say you come in and you have karma from your past life, or you have things from your past life coming into this one that you have to learn, stuff like that. So
Pause.
pause.
You come in.
I don't know. I think that's kind of scary.
You think
Just
it's
the
scary?
idea, yeah, I think the idea of coming back as an animal. Just
I think it's cool. I think it's like for me it feels liberating.
let me go to heaven and go visit my grandma or something.
Yeah, I think it's cool because it's like they say that you do go to heaven
Mhm.
and for short periods of time, but that you just eventually have to like go learn, go out
Yeah.
venture out, and yeah,
I'd like to.
I
think-
just want to chill.
you just wanted to.
Yeah, I don't know. I feel like even if there is an afterlife, like heaven or hell, I think, knowing me, I'd be tired either way. I just hope there'd be like, yeah,
You gotta toss your ass in purgatory.
please, just like my soul, you know.
Yeah.
I don't need it right now. I'm a little tired right now. A little nappy,
Needs a nap.
a little nappy for a little sappy.
I don't think the soul gets tired. I just think it's the human condition that gets tired.
The human body. We need to transcend. We need to be more be robots.
This is like the beginning of a cult already. We need to transcend our human bodies.
Yeah. Or be a futurism.
What if Hollowheads just turns to a cult and you're like the leader? You would look like
Heaven's
just,
Gate.
just like a picture of you.
It'd be like the new fucking John Lennon, but just cults.
Just cults.
That's fucking funny. Nah, who
We're
knows?
gonna go to Jonestown.
I'd be down for cool. I've been wanting to do like this. I keep on saying in our shows that we should have a makeshift sacrifice. Like just
Hell
pretend
no.
that they died.
Because he's like, let's pretend to shoot someone, but we don't tell anybody that it's fake, and let's pretend they die and have blood. Like, no.
Okay, so I thought it'd be so funny.
It's traumatizing as fuck, bro.
Like there's just someone in the crowd, like they're like wiggling around after tape, and like someone's like pulling them to the front, like where the mosh pit's supposed to be at, and we're playing, and then like while we're playing, the guy's like saying a prayer and like doing this shit, and pulls out a gun and just, but like there's no bullet, there's no loud pop, there's no blood, he just falls over.
Actually, I have a fake gun that has poppers.
But you were like, let's have blood. Like, this is why I don't ask them for input. Like, what do you guys want to do? I don't ask that anymore because this guy is like, let's traumatize the audience.
I was
Hey,
thinking,
don't
like,
never forget about you guys.
I had an idea.
I know, the
that
chalk pentagram.
We should throw a fake wedding. That's what I wanted. I wanted to dress as a bride and have a cake, and then each says, or Naru's the dude, and then she fucking like.
we can have a
She
fake
would-
wedding, but like we play for our own fake wedding. Like we're the wedding singers.
That's cool.
That'd
Oh.
be cool.
I just want to do like a wedding thing.
We have a bunch of ideas for a bunch of random stuff. It's like,
I think that's great. The fact they had like all this like theatrics involved.
Bro, we should try to play in a chapel.
I used to really
Okay,
want to do
sure.
fire eating for Hollowheads
Oh,
or sword
just-
swallowing.
Oh shit!
Like, do a circus theme.
She was
bunch of
very
clowns.
into that. When we first like met each other, all she would talk about was the Venus talk show or freak show for like the longest time and
For the longest tits.
longest tits.
Because he's like the longest times.
You're making fun of my stutter that I don't have. Yeah. So she did. You say that you practice
little, yeah.
swallowing something?
Swords. Pause.
Swallowing swords.
Yeah, my dad left back like behind these like swords whenever he left us. Whenever he like had to go, and I thought it would be cool because I would watch Venice Freak Show. They were like, the girl was super pretty and she would like play with fire and she would sword swallow. So I really wanted to do it. So I would like do the initiation thing where you use a coat hanger and
Yeah.
you bend it weird and then you like. And it
So
was-
this is their tune, guys and girls. Like the first thing they see a sword, like, oh, you know what? I want to swallow it. When guys look at swords, like, hey, let's just fight.
Let's swing it around.
Can I swallow that?
I guess my weird thing was when I was a little kid, I wanted to grow up to be a knight. And I was very obsessed with like sacrificing like self-martyrism. That like I think in my past life I thought I was like a knight that like thought he did something right, but like the council was like, fuck no, that's fucked up, and so like they publicly executed me. I have like that weird like
Feeling.
all the time, like even
I
as a
wanna hear
child.
Crazy story.
What?
Once I had like a past life regression thing, and it showed me that I was a poor man. Like I was super skinny. I was bald, and like
so what's the difference?
well, like and
It was just you standing in front of
and
a
like
mirror.
I was like in a village close to a shore, and I remember people would like just like rob me of like whatever little food I had.
The Hollowheads.
And like I can still picture it, kind of like the image that I had, where I was just like this guy like bones, and I was like super broke. And then like not too long ago after that, I was watching this video or something, or no, I was getting like a reading for something. I don't remember, but it was telling me like, oh, you're bad with money, right? And I was like, yeah. And it was
You
like,
broke ass motherfucker.
and it was like, it's
why you're
probably,
here.
and they were like, well, they didn't know anything
Yeah.
about my past life thing or whatever. And they're like, it's probably because in a past life you were really poor.
Mm.
And I was like, whoa, oh my God.
Discord's
Oh my
telling
God.
me that you're a dumbass. Discord's telling me that you're bad with me.
It's funny because I have like a very a very vivid like image or not memory. I wouldn't say memory, like image or like a video that would play out ever since I was a kid. It still does now. Or like I'm being jagged, you know, like
Oh,
feet
yeah.
back. I'll fucking
Jesus.
kill you, I swear to God.
Oh my god.
She does this all the time.
Jesus.
And I say that all the time. It's normal. It's okay. She's my child. Okay, anyway. I'd be dragged to like the chopping block and I was like in the middle of like a chapel or like some kind of like citadel looking thing. And there's like people like standing around me like saying like my crimes and shit. But it was like I have this weird conviction that what I did was right.
Mm-hmm.
And then like I would like imagine like the fucking axe going down. I don't know. I wouldn't say it's past life. I just think it's like something I glorified or romanticized as a child.
Well, you should try it out.
I
Yeah.
don't even know what that is.
Well,
That,
I'll
that should be
send
like the
you-
finale, like for the last Hollow Head show.
We execute
Make
David.
a hollow head.
I'll make a Hollowhead execution.
Oh, make a hollow head.
Yeah,
that's what
exactly.
you meant.
Oh, that's actually.
I'll be the
Comes full
hollow
circle.
head.
And Martin, you don't have to do much. You
I'm already stupid.
I love it.
You should just do a lobotomy.
The bottom.
Lobotomy. Lobotomy.
push her down this stage. Push her down
Tequila.
Oh, we did tequila for karaoke
Of reals?
You're
At-
so dumb.
at
Roosevelt's.
My second home. Shout out Bassam. I love you. I see you as my father. Just kidding. I just wanted to make you uncomfortable.
Bro, shout out to Ali too.
At least cool.
She does the karaoke night.
Shout out to Joe Martin.
Shout out to
Oh.
Joe Martin.
Martin.
Shout out to Joe Martin. Gonna get a steak with us next Tuesday.
Yes, sir.
But yeah, I don't know the whole past life thing or whatever. I had another one. I used to be real into it. I had another one where I was like this punk rocker thing, and I was in England. I was
Yeah.
like a British guy, and I was like this super white skinny dude. And
Oh my
What's
god!
the
Like
difference?
it's like
the same thing.
And like,
Jesus Mexican is still around.
I had like Liberty
Martin,
spikes.
I'm sorry, but you're like I was like in this past life, and I was really skinny, and I had a mullet, and I had glasses, and a mustache.
Well, like I was super fucking tall.
Oh yeah, no.
And like I remember seeing myself walking outside the road into an apartment building, like super shitty. It was almost like this, like around the time of like the '60s or something, like the Sex Pistols or something. And I had like a leather jacket with a bunch of pins, and I had like these plaid pants. And I walk into my apartment, and there's this girl, and I could feel like she was my girlfriend or whatever.
And she had her feet out.
Nice, yeah. I was thinking feet.
And no. She was
I
like
got that
she was
energy.
like watching the tele. It was like a small little box, and I remember the apartment looked so shitty. It was like one bed, just super shitty and empty, like one room, and then just a box on like a cabinet, on like a dresser. And this girl, she had like bangs, black hair, and she was real short, real skinny, and I could just feel it, like I could sense it that it was like Caro.
Oh wait.
And I told her about that story, and
That's
like I could
cute.
just feel like it was my girlfriend who I met. This, because the way me and my girlfriend met in real life is so fucking crazy.
What happened?
He hated her first.
Like
Oh.
it was super like early that we got to know each other,
Mhm.
and it was super by chance. And then we just kind of like we had a lot of ups and downs, but it was weird because throughout our whole relationship, if she put me through something,
Mm.
eventually later down the road, without even thinking about it, I would put her through the same thing.
Abusive.
And the way that we said was like we learned each other's lessons from each other. So now we know exactly how we feel with each other, which was fucking crazy. Because like if she broke up with me and then left me like this,
You would break up with her again.
yeah, but like it was always by coincidence.
These
by
red
chance.
flags.
It was, like,
These red
it
flags.
was just like it's hard to explain, but like everything that she would put upon me eventually was put upon her, and everything I put upon her was eventually put upon me, and we learned each other's like pain, like all the way up to now where we're like awesome. So it's like crazy. This is crazy.
You guys are Caro, Martin, cool
I
people.
feel like if there's a reality of soulmates that you can come into this earth as like two souls,
That was definitely me and her.
That's nice to think about. I'm not a spiritual person at all. Like, I don't think about that stuff because I'm very like, I gotta take care of what I have right now, kind of thing.
I wish I was
But like hearing that stuff is just nice. It's kind of like to live through, like you, I guess, like the way you think. It's a nice, refreshing drink of cold water.
That's cool. At least it could be like that.
Mm-hmm.
At least it could be seen like that. Sometimes I just get too into it that I forget about life. Like I literally
You
just
forget
focus
to live.
on.
Memento vivere.
Like sometimes I thought
Vivere.
about it. Like, what if I just become a monk? Like I wouldn't even mind becoming a monk. Just living my life devoted
This
to
is
that.
how our conversations go outside of the podcast. This is like all we talk about.
For real?
Every practice.
We just talk, we just say nonsense. We joke. Somebody gets deep. We joke.
We throw up.
We start throwing up. David and I drink.
Somebody hasn't eaten all day, then we have to eat.
I would like to share my my old breakfast routine.
Oh, okay.
Go for it.
Because hearing about like the not eating thing. So I moved to a new apartment. It's still kind of like the same routine, but now I just eat at the place that I work out. It's just burritos. But in the past, I drank a lot more than I did now, like a lot. And so my breakfast would consist of a prairie oyster. And what's that, you ask? So basically, a little shot glass. You put an egg yolk, some pepper, cayenne, hot sauce, Worcestershire, anything spicy and like that'll fucking kick your ass. And you put a shot of gin. You take that shit, and it will wake you up and get you ready for like your morning. It's kicked more ass than coffee, and it gave me so much fucking energy.
You tried, but I didn't drink.
Yeah, everyone I try to drink it with, they end up throwing up. But I'm gonna be honest, if you think you have the guts or like the stomach for that shit, and you drink just like me, it's like a coffee espresso shot. Don't worry, like it's amazing. I also like a cigarette, that's it.
Does a cigarette give you energy or does it dull you down?
It's weird. Cigarettes are known as a stimulant and like give you euphoria. They make me depressed.
Yeah.
I thought it was a depressant.
Sometimes it depends, but the way you describe the whole morning routine sounded like for breakfast we do something crazy, like have a bowl of chocolate and then a cigarette.
I'm poor, man.
Have you ever seen Willy Wonka?
Which one?
Johnny Depp.
Yeah.
Did you like it?
It was alright.
Was it crispy? Right.
It was alright.
It made me think about Augustus Gloop. Oh, I'm having deja vu. But like, yeah, Augustus Gloop, cause like a bowl of chocolate. He's like, and he was like asking Charlie. He's like, you want some chocolate? He's like, sure. He's like, get your own. I know, yeah. It was so stupid. It was like, damn, you did him fucking dirty as shit. And then he fell into a pit of chocolates.
Do you have any questions, Joe? I feel like we've just been rambling.
No. This is perfect. This is the whole point of the podcast is just to get your personality out there. Like the show's not like, even though it has my name on it, like it's not supposed to be about me. It's supposed to be about the guests.
Cute. You're so easy to talk to, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true. Joe's a cool guy.
Are
If
you
you ever
serious?
see Joe in public, talk to him.
No.
It's a bunch of people.
No, that happened recently at the Culture Show.
For real?
A bunch of people were like showing up to me like, hey, you're the podcast guy, right? I'm like, yeah. And then some people are cool. But okay, I'll say this just to, I'm not pointing at anybody in specific, but like, there's certain people who only talk to you just because of your status or like just because your connections, whatever.
They
And
just want to
it,
be on the podcast.
that or like they ask for like, hey, can I be part of one of these shows?
Oh, I get you.
And that gets really, really, really weird because I'm like,
Do
hey,
you book shows or what? Like, is
I'm
that
starting to do that.
Oh, hi, Joe. Sit over here.
And that happened once where like this person, I guess, maybe it's just my paranoia. Who knows? I don't know. I'm not gonna accuse the person, but like the moment they realized who I was, their attitude quickly just changed. Like, oh man, like if you need anything, let us know. And I know you have a show, and you want to book us. I'm like,
I get you.
like maybe like I mean like, I kind of understand like people want opportunities, so like, but at the same time, it kind of like if you do it too quick, it's kind of like, oh, calm down. I barely know you.
It's like sometimes you can tell if they're being like nice to be nice,
Mhm.
or if they're just being like oh,
Nice to
shit.
get something out of you, yeah. That's the only part like where it gets kind of weird with the podcast, where like that happens. But like if you're just nice to me, just talking, I don't mind. I appreciate it. Because I mean, people don't have to listen to this podcast at all. No one has to be on it.
Would
you guys,
Would you say that you have a good memory, or would you say you have a shitty memory?
What do you mean?
Like, can you remember stuff? Or you can't remember stuff?
Well, in terms of what?
Like,
In general.
yeah, in general. Or like, as in, I guess maybe like dialogue. Or moments. Can you remember moments?
I can remember moments, how I felt in those moments, but not the specifics of those moments.
Gotcha.
So like rather than just like all the specific conversations we had, like it's how did you make me feel when we were talking? That's what matters the most.
It just interests me because I see like that as you get older, especially as you're an adult, people tend to forget a lot of shit.
You could just say you think I'm old or
You,
something.
you know
He's
how you're
calling
old
me
as
old.
fuck. Do you?
Do you still remember
Are
stuff?
you getting
How good is your memory?
Alzheimer's now, or do you get it later?
I get it. Like, I had a really good fucking memory as a kid.
I know, that's
but
why.
with, like, all the dumb shit I've been doing, I can remember, like, my morning. I do
Yeah.
remember, like, me as a kid, like, 2 years old having a Blue's Clues birthday party, but, like, now it's super fucking faded. I can't remember shit. I get what you're saying.
I wonder part of it, the reason is because in school, like when you're being taught whatever, it's just memorization. So like your brain's so strong at memorization, but like once you get out of high school, like
I
you don't use that muscle that much. It's more.
Yeah, and I also think it's because like maybe the brain can't like or shouldn't know every single detail for like 20 some years of your life.
Mm-hmm.
It just has to let go of some stuff.
Sorry,
Make
wait.
space.
My car is gonna get towed.
What?
What?
Are you serious?
He's like nudging me. I'm like, no, it's okay.
Wait, here? Out here?
No, it's like it's somewhere else, but
Oh.
it's because the tire popped off, and so it's only the rim. So I've been trying to like figure out how I'm gonna move it, and it's been in this one spot, and they're like, hey, you should probably tell them something. So I'm like,
Where is
I'm
it?
not worried about it though.
You don't have a spare tire in the back?
David has one, but we were trying to get like a.
Bro,
We're trying to get the. Yeah, but I'm not worried about it.
like, I have a jack. I could have changed your tire for you.
Oh yeah, you told me to call. Yeah. I was like, but he's skinny.
Straight up, like
We could do it later.
I can change the tire too.
Like,
It's just like the thing is the thing that loosens the nuts. It keeps on the
Pause.
what do you call it? Not scraping.
Oh, it's not like, it's not small enough, so it'll like.
oh, I get you. No, I have like it's like the NASCAR like.
Oh.
Yeah, expert.
So, like,
We get there, it's like. Zzz, zzz.
the
Almost
only thing-
beats.
It's not in my car right now. Plus, I have somewhere to be. Remember?
Mm.
Remember?
No, what happened?
Oh,
What happened? What is your obligation after
You know what?
this?
I'm gonna be proud about it.
Do it, yeah.
Today marks 1 year
oh wow! You laugh at somebody's death.
of losing
Nice.
my grandma.
No, yeah.
But like,
So like you were looking at me, expecting me to laugh or something. You're just like,
Yeah.
today marks. That's the only reason I'm laughing. Just
Yeah,
'cause
you
you're
felt
looking
set
at me.
up, yeah.
but
Yeah.
she was cool. I think she likes it better over there. I mean, who doesn't, right?
Mm-hmm.
She towards the end of her life, that's all she would do was like just say that she was ready. She's like, I'm ready.
Cute. That's so sweet.
Some people are like that. Like they just feel like they want to go. Like that happened to my great grandma too. Like she's like, anytime it was her birthday, like, oh, may God give you more years. And she's like, no, like, like I want to rest already. Like she was
Yeah.
tired.
Yeah, that's true.
I can't wait. I can't wait to get to that point because
I
I want to like make sure because right now I'm like I don't want to die, but I want to be calm about it. I want to be like okay with it.
Yeah, for me, I think it's not the fear of death; it's the fear of dying.
It's like the
The
unknown.
actual last moments. Not like once you're gone, I mean you're gone. But like that moment where like you're dying, I'm like, oh no, this is the end.
The
Like,
anxiety beforehand or whatever.
I guess
you're
so.
like in the border of life and death.
yeah, like where you know you're gonna
Or
die
it's like,
Hopefully I don't know when I'm gonna die. I'm just gonna have. It's just gonna happen.
Instantly.
instantly. He's gonna make sure.
It's gonna be. It never was.
oh, it's
You're gonna be the one for the ritual.
bro. Watch out, bro. When you get that tire fixed and when you're driving home, watch out.
I just see Gabe in the.
in the rearview mirror, like, hello.
But he's not even in a car or in the car.
Running.
I just see him.
I'm running.
Yeah. He took out the brakes.
Flintlock wood.
Flintlock wood.
How?
Do the roar. I love you, daddy.
I love you, dude.
I love you, daddy. It's what's it? Shrek 3, 4, Shrek something.
So I know we're running up on time, and you guys have your obligations. The last question I ask is, what was your favorite part of the podcast?
Ooh.
The whole
Honestly,
thing
how,
was pretty
like,
fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How funny was it?
Mhm.
Just like
Mhm.
it
When
was
it
really like
ended.
hanging out.
I feel a little closer, and I don't talk as much as I normally do.
Yeah, I feel like it was nice for us to actually talk like that,
Mhm.
especially in the beginning. It was cool. I
Yeah.
liked it.
This is basically how we are all the time. So it's
Yeah.
nice to like have like. you
Yeah.
know,
Have
here's
it
how we
actually
are.
have it actually recorded and
Yeah.
documented?
I'm glad
Memory.
that people are gonna see like just what we are on a daily basis.
I like that you just let us ramble.
Yeah. No, that's the whole point of it. Like interviewing, like some interviewers make it about themselves rather than about their guest, and that's not how it's supposed to be.
Cool.
hmm Good stuff.
Like
good
Nardor doesn't shut up, man. Like all he does is talk.
All he does is talk about spirituality.
It's Martin.
So true.
I still think about that one interview where this girl's like, "I'm gonna give this plate to
The cat girl.
no, that's Channel 5. That's the porn convention. I'm talking about like you never seen Channel 5? All Gas No Breaks.
No.
This guy he goes to like these conventions. He went to a porn convention, flat Earth convention, a Republican, a Democratic, and he started getting really serious. He started going to the riots. He started going to like rallies, and he actually like does capture like the essence of like what's going on. But he has a little bits of comedy where there's people who are just out there, and he knows that they're like way out there, and he'll interview them, and they'll say their shit, and it's like pretty fucking funny.
You guys look a little weird. Let's
You guys look a little goofy, so let me go get them. Let me go get them.
You guys look a little goofy.
Goofy ass
forgot
band.
What I was saying.
Literally.
That's so true.
Thank you for like considering us and having us because we
Definitely.
haven't like
Yeah.
we just started and you were super nice and like
No, like again, when you interview enough bands and talk with enough people, you can kind of tell when people have it, like that thing, and you guys definitely have it. And I want to see you guys continue going on.
It was like we were kind of surprised because we were like, damn, like I feel like we suck or like we haven't
we
played
suck.
like that. We haven't been alive that long.
Or like not playing like that seriously as well. Like,
No.
we goof off a lot, especially like just in general, like when we play.
We want to like really start doing shows,
Mhm.
and honestly, the end of September and a lot of October is pretty booked for us. We have a lot going on in those 2 months, but we're hoping like, I mean, personally, I would love to play at least once every week anywhere just to play because I have fun playing with them. But yeah, I was kind of surprised. I was like, damn, the Hollowheads got an interview. That's
Yeah.
fucking awesome. That's cool.
lots of good cool stuff coming.
Definitely.
Tour.
Lots of cool stuff.
You guys could do your last minute promotions, whether it be like your social media, like your plugs.
Yeah, I
Shows.
mean, just the Hollowheads
Hollowheads
band,
band.
and we're gonna post all like the stuff there, and we have our Instagrams there. So at the Hollowheads band.
Follow me on Etsy.
No.
I have a bunch of mice in my house. I like to like gut them and stuff them like taxidermy.
No, he
I like to
doesn't.
make them too cute little.
I'm just gonna cut it off, like gut them and stuff them.
Oh, plug my, and then you cut it there.
No, don't follow me on social media.
If anyone needs my Amazon account, If
My
anyone needs
Netflix is,
Pornhub account, I got you on
the
Pornhub.
the gift list,
The gift list. Oh yeah.
Oh, the wish list.
wish
Here's
list.
my wish list. Pre-order Sonic Frontiers for me.
My Cash App is a cash thing, Naru, and a
Cash App. My Cash App is Marcy NASCAR.
Is it actually?
Yeah.
Oh,
I'm not expecting that thing.
Arsenic _ Lupin 032.
Naru 3142.
Gun son of a gun.
Wait, that's also your Cash App?
I believe so.
Wow.
Nice. You just watch a bunch of the
Joe,
donations flowing.
what's your Cash App?
Frills?
Yeah, what's your
I
Cash
think-
App?
No, I'm not saying it.
Say
Your
it.
Cash App.
I don't know, honestly.
We're
I think it's
sellouts.
just like,
You don't have to send us nothing. It's just
We're just
no,
kidding.
at this point you have
You
to.
can send me
They already
money.
said it, so
Right.
give them like $1 each.
Might as
like
well.
a nice dinner.
If you don't want to send me money,
Pay us for our steak dinner.
yeah, buy me a drink.
But like they heard about the past life.
the
they're all
selling out.
broke.
Yeah, they're gonna feel bad.
No, but you're bad with money.
Oh.
The selling out is already happening, and we didn't even.
The selling out is
Yeah,
happening.
before it even started.
Yeah.
That's funny as fuck. We're selling out.
Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next episode.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.